All right, well, we're live. Welcome to the Geeks, episode 42. This is Olo.
This is Steve, keeping it green.
Steve, why are you in the dark?
Because the light looks weird if I turn it on. Like it just it's so bright.
Versus, you're just so much partying for your Niners win. You just had to stay in
Well,
the
I
dark.
am fitted out. I got the Niner gear on.
See that?
I did take the jersey off to do
I'm
the
waiting.
show.
I'm waiting for the Brock Purdy chest tattoo.
Big cock Brock. Yep, it is a
Is that what they call him down in San Francisco?
BCB baby.
That's for real.
It is a
I
nickname.
mean, he is no Nick Foles, from what I've heard. I mean,
Big Dick
Foles-
Nick.
Nick Foles is a tripod. So
What's going on, Carlos? Absolutely. Niners. It was a good game. This is the first time I've watched football, especially playoff football, and been 100% sober. Well, I mean, unless you count green. We don't count the green.
yeah.
But interesting. It's a different way to watch this shit. That's for sure. But what a crazy game because I thought like I was terrified because
Before you get into that, let's introduce ourselves because we're down.
we already did introduce ourselves.
Did we? Did I say I'm a little?
You said a little. I said Steve keeping it green, and then you said why am I in the dark? And then
I don't believe I introduced myself, but I guess if I did, then
you did. I did the
I'm
whole.
out of it.
I guess you are.
It's been a long week, but I'm sorry, guys.
We are down a host who just messaged and said that he is incoming, so we'll see.
Oh.
But no, a little. You were giving me the business on the text a little bit, but that's I'm very critical, and I don't take shit for granted.
What's up, Brian?
It's kind of like last year
Alberto.
we somehow got into the NFC Championship game. Like what the hell? Like just crazy. But we have terrible luck when we play teams for the third time in a season, especially if we've beaten them the first two. That's how they caught us last year. So, I was nervous.
Who did you play last year? It was
the Rams. We beat the Rams twice.
Yeah, but the Rams were a better team than
they
you
were
guys.
Stacked, but we beat them twice with that team. Twice.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. The Bulls beat the LeBron Miami Heat like 3 out of 4 times.
The basketball's a different beast. You could win. You could lose 3 games and still win the series. So it doesn't. This is one and done. And when the Seahawks were leading by 1 point,
I was laughing because I was like, man. I was watching the game bit by bit at Universal Studios today, and I have the app, and so I'm watching on my phone, and I saw them go up, and I'm like, oh man. Do I text Steve and mess with them, or do I just leave it? Because I knew they were going to win. Like I did not, as much as like Geno had a great year, Seattle like way outkicked their coverage this year. Like 9-8 for them. Like that was a really good season for that team. Mm-hmm. How it was constructed. I mean, they have a couple studs, but like. Nobody expected them to make the playoffs. I knew you guys were gonna win, but I'm like, I know.
Yeah, but it's any given Sunday, man.
I know you, especially when it's about your Niners. You are so like anal about like anybody saying good things about your team. Like
it's a jinx.
Every year I'm like, oh yeah, you guys are looking good. Shut up. No, you're gonna jinx us. And I'm like, yeah, me saying that you're good is going to make that change. But no, but I was contemplating messing with you when it was it 14-13, I think? Or yeah, was it 14-13?
At the half it was 17-16.
17-16 at the half, yeah. Oh, that's right, because they went up 16, and then
Yep. And then we had a fucking bonehead play on defense, and we roughing the passer 15 yards. Like, oof. Carlos, I was looking at that. The Jacksonville and Los Angeles game is popping off. Like that throw that Trevor Lawrence did to I forget the receiver's name, Zay
Jones.
Jones, there it is. For some reason, I keep wanting to say Jordan, but like when That was, it was like a 65-yard fucking dime, hit him in stride, full speed in the end zone.
He was wide open. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it was 60. It was a long pass, but I don't think it was 65 yards. But yeah, I mean, it's 20 to 30 still right now. 5:35 left in the game. The Jags are in scoring position in the red zone, so we'll see. I mean, that might, who knows? I mean, Jags just scored. Okay, so they just scored
27-30. Man,
I mean, Trevor Lawrence threw 4 picks in the first half. It's just crazy.
3 to the same defender.
Al Jackson's coming back. I mean, maybe.
Well, the Chargers aren't known for their defense, that's for sure.
Hey, like here, me now being in Florida, sure, I'll take a Jack. I could have gone to the game Monday night. Totally forgot it was Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and like I didn't have to work or anything, so I turned down the tickets to the Bucks Cowboys game. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna drive after work, and go. I'm like, and then I turned it down. I'm like, oh man, I could have gone to that game, but that's all right. It's not the Bears, so I'm not.
What's been really.
Look at this guy. You and your tablet?
I can't even see him.
Oh.
It's a black screen, and that has nothing to do with Sean.
No, he just he kind of froze also. So I don't know. I think he's having some internet issues.
Oh. Yeah. Give me a minute. My computer froze. y'all good.
Al, I've never been to a playoff game. No, I probably should have taken those tickets and just gone just to be in the atmosphere because my Bears don't get to the playoffs very often. So
I'm gonna be looking at Chicago this offseason. Like you said earlier today, or maybe it was yesterday. There's only 100 some odd days until the draft, so like
103 days.
What they're going to be able to do with that number 1 pick with the QB already loaded. All the suitors to trade for that pick and what they're going to give up is going to be crazy.
Well, not even that. They have $47 million more in cap space than the next closest team in Atlanta. So like they have the most cap space. They just hired a new team president. They're building a new stadium. This is the off season for Chicago. Hopefully they do something with it. So Jags just went for 2 and got 2. It's a 2-point game. It's 28-30 with
5 minutes.
5 minutes to go. Chargers better go down and score, man, or they're gonna be losing by a field goal here.
Could you imagine if Jacksonville just like from what they went last year with Urban Meyer to just this year, now they're in the playoffs, divisional round? Crazy.
Well, I mean, it proves to you that Urban Meyer is a joke. So,
I dislike every Los Angeles team. So, like, both of you guys are gonna move to LA. Get out of here! What the fuck? So stupid.
Yeah, and they got that crazy stadium. That stadium looks amazing, though. So, yeah. So there you go. There's some
little bit of
sports geeks while we're at it,
It's actually there was a lot of sports geeks in the chat this week. Lots.
There was the community chat was talking it up. I was very appreciative of seeing all that, except for when people are putting Justin Fields in other teams' jerseys. Bears aren't trading Fields. I texted Steve today that if they would have drafted Fields over Trey Lance, the Niners would be undefeated this season, and like would be the ring would already.
God, could you imagine what Justin Fields would do with this offense? But then you would have had Trey Lance, and then you guys would have had the number 1 pick again, anyways. So.
we wouldn't have been able to draft anybody at that point. Like that the draft would have changed completely at that moment.
Oh shit! So
game. Yeah.
So Carlos was at the game. Yeah,
Carlos was at the game. I think he said he's going to go next week too.
I would be terrified to be driving in the Bay Area right now. That is crazy.
Gino? Oh, you mean you coming home? Oh yeah.
The roads are being washed away. Just right 5 minutes before we started the show, it was like a torrential downpour, lightning, thunder, crazy.
Man, that's crazy. Here comes Al. Eagles are winning it all.
We'll see. We'll see you, Al. We'll see you, Al.
Sean, are you cold? What is it? You got a scarf on? It's cold here today, man. I was in sweats and a hoodie at the parks, and I had a knit hat. It was 54 degrees the high today.
Man, it's like 20 degrees here. It's cold shit.
Yeah, the weather makes no sense anywhere this week.
You know what else has been crazy in the chat is people talking about eggs.
Egg talk popped back up. Yeah,
the egg talk continued throughout the week.
Super chance you cold, Sean? Look at that, man. You need to get a heater going. Got to pay that heat bill.
Oh, my heat is fine.
Okay. What you been up to, Sean? Nothing. You did that cool thing this week where you were like, "Man, nobody's talking," and then you proceeded to not talk all week. So.
That's because y'all you know why? Because y'all go off on y'all rants about sport, or about NFL. And I don't really get
that, and then I sent you guys that link about that cop lady that got
well, that was hilarious.
I think that was the best news of the week, right? Like, I don't know if anybody else is out there seeing this, but like some of the headlines, like that were legitimate headlines in the paper, were like
that was crazy.
Police run a high-speed train like during work hours, and like the one video shows like 7 officers that this woman had. Like, I was just like, what? Running a high-speed train is like, this is the craziest thing ever, and hilarious.
That shit was wild. And did you see what she looked like? She was like a little small thing. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, Lord.
Oh man, I don't even want to go there, man. Like the police lineup of dudes, and it was like if you watch one of the reports, it was like it ended up being like 7 different dudes, and it was like, and this guy from the canine unit. I'm like, can you imagine if he had like his dog involved or some shit? Like, she was way crazy.
I was like, dang.
She had the whole canine unit. What the hell?
Yeah, canine unit. She had detectives. She had all kind of dudes, man. It was black, white, Puerto Rican, Mexican. She didn't give a fuck. She did not discriminate.
They ran a train during office hours. Like, what? And her husband didn't care, and the other wives didn't care. Like, I was like, what? Like, that's what they were. I'm like, what? Al, there's not a video. It's just like a news report because they fired like half this police department.
I love to see the train video. Like,
I mean, you could find those online. You don't have to watch this particular one. Ugh.
She looks like the bunny from Zootopia. Did you see that? You find the article? Oh my god! Oh no!
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that's crazy, dog.
I'm telling you, like I was laughing all week about this thing because, like Jarvis and my old friend, my other friend text feed, like that was what most of the feed was about. Was this because like every different article that came out was like a different title. And it was all different things about this lady. I'm trying to go back here because it was just ridiculous. Married cop fired for allowing entire police department to run several high-speed trains on her. Several high-speed trains, like that is the legit comment. Oh man.
The Golden Globes was this week.
It was.
Do you have like a tracking? What is your camera? It's like following you around. It's weird.
That's cool as shit, right?
Is that a new webcam or what? Or is that your? Oh, it's the iPad. It just follows you. You just
the iPad because my Mac, I can set the setting to like the tracking. Because a lot of the Zoom cameras do that too, where it's like if you move, it'll start to shift and stuff. Yeah, got like that moving eye. So
probably.
Oh man,
yeah. He's wild. You can tell that motherfucker watch a lot of porn.
Yeah. What are you doing right now, man? What are you doing right now?
You got all the keywords ready to go.
Yo, right? He just got the keywords.
That's too funny. Yeah, Angela Bassett won for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which is amazing, and her arms won.
Yeah, Angela Bassett's tight, but we all knew. I mean, Black Panther sucked, but we all knew that Angela Bassett was amazing in Black Panther. Like, she was phenomenal.
Well, say what you want about the movie, but Angela Bassett did a fantastic job.
Phenomenal.
So,
like, she deserves an Oscar for that shit, though. Like, I'm sorry to say, like, was amazing.
Why are you sorry to say it? She deserves the Oscar. There's nothing to be sorry about.
I'm not saying that
she's gonna win. I think she's gonna win the
Oscar
Oscar for it. And I agree with you, Pacino. I think Black Panther was great. So,
yo, the crazy part is I didn't even know that was data from the Goonies. I did not know that dude was him. I was like,
from everything. Yeah, they hired him. He's gonna be in Loki season 2.
Yeah, I did not know that. That's crazy, man. That's why. And that was really nice, man. Because his speech was like kind of heartbreaking. It was just like, dang.
Well, I mean, after like the early '90s, man, like he couldn't find a gig. He was doing stunt choreography work. He was the stunt coordinator for the X-Men movies.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she did steal the scenes, Carlos, in Black Panther 2. Definitely. Probably why she was pissed that they killed her, because she even called out Ryan Coogler afterwards. She said, "I thought it was wrong that they killed me."
I mean,
okay. Steve, you got my brain going right now. But the great thing is, every week, can you guess what Steve is watching every fucking week? And I can tell you right now what he's watching.
Because I turned down the brightness so you can see it. I'm glad that you already noticed.
But the great thing is, I would love to have that. Like, yo, can you guess what fucking Steve was watching? I already know. It's obvious to me.
Well, as soon as you said that, I looked up at the screen in the camera right here, and I was like, oh, well, that was an obvious shot right there. So
yeah, but it's really like faint. I don't know how you can see on YouTube, but like you can't. I don't know how much detail you can see, but like for me, I mean, I seen it right away. But like, it's very interesting. Like, who knows what Steve was watching? Does anybody know? Really?
I mean, that scene right there should have gave it away.
Again, see, they may not know though. People may not know. That's the great part about it.
It is even though it hasn't been like declared to be a thing. But James spoke, and whenever James comes on, he's always like, "Hey, what do you want? What's the movie of the week?"
Oh, did you already tell him?
No. James hasn't commented yet. I'm not sure if he's here tonight, but I always try to pick something random. I always try to pick. Yeah, it's not speed. No, I do have that, but it's not speed. And this one, I was looking around tonight because I had a whole stack of VHSs. I was trying to get. No, Al, so wrong.
Steve, I told you this is some shit right now because now everybody will be guessing every week what the fuck you got playing.
And every week it's gonna be some random shit.
That's what's up. Now, and I'm a guess, but I already know. But like, I'm going forward.
You wait.
Yeah, we'll just let some other people, if they want to see, chime in. Silver Bullets. Nope.
Isn't it just Silver Bullet?
I was like, is that the sequel that I never saw?
Yeah,
Silver Bullet with Corey Haim.
I have that on VHS too, but it's not that.
Of course you would. It's a werewolf movie.
It
is a werewolf movie. It's an okay werewolf movie.
Steve, did you watch a werewolf movie that I think I
yes. Yes, whatever it is, I watched.
Anytime you mention werewolf movie, Steve has seen it.
No, but do you remember what it was that I told you just recently?
Was it The Werewolves Within? Was like the most recent one that I remember you talking about.
I don't remember that now.
It was with the AT&T chick. You know what I'm talking. You know who I'm talking about.
We reviewed it last 31 was a year ago.
What'd you think about the werewolf in Wednesday?
Oh, the werewolf looked good. It looked good.
Yeah, I mean, it's I always want to get your opinion on that. I was always curious about how you felt about that.
Like, I don't mind. Like, CGI werewolves are whatever. But like,
it's only the strong, not the strongest.
But like that, like even though Van Helsing was like not a very good movie, the fucking werewolves in Van Helsing looked awesome. So it's like, but then you have movies like Underworld, and those werewolves look like crap. Those look like weird, pudgy-faced rats running around. They don't look like fucking werewolves. I don't even know what that is. Holy shit, they're in field goal position.
With 3 seconds left, they're on the 18.
No. Okay, well, I'll hold off on it. But in the Underworld movies, there is like that they have like that vampire kind of creature with the wings, and his brother is like the big werewolf, but he's got like the cool long snout. He looks really
good. Yeah, they were pretty cool. I remember that shit.
Mm-hmm. And then Bad Moon, terrible movie, but the werewolf looked all right. I like the werewolf in that. The transformation was super bad, but like that werewolf was fucking cool looking.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wednesday. The werewolf looked really good in Wednesday. I like that.
Pacino said Lost Boys.
Pacino's you are correct, sir.
Ding, 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 ding.
The Lost Boys is what is playing behind me. Michael, I think we're getting close. Oh, we just passed the fucking the saxophone guy scene.
Yeah.
Damn it. I still believe. Bam, bam, bam. Fucking gets it though, don't he?
He does get it.
Dude,
the Jacksonville Jaguars have advanced.
Holy shit.
Brandon Staley is getting fired tonight. Like
that's crazy.
The coach is done, man.
He threw 4 picks. Trevor Lawrence threw 4 picks in the first half. They were down fucking
27-0. They were down 27-0 at one point in this game.
And the Jacksonville Jaguars come back and beat them.
They win 31-30.
Holy shit.
Yep. Unreal.
All right. We're down to 1 California team. Whoop, whoop.
4 TDs and 4 picks. Trevor Lawrence.
God damn.
Brock Purdy had 4 touchdowns today, too.
No. I was looking at that John Morant dunk.
Oh, yeah. That John Morant dunk was ridiculous.
God damn.
Yes. So, what is it, Steve? You see the Wolf of Snow Hollow?
Yes, but the Wolves of Snow Hollow, that was the one where the guy was like wearing a werewolf costume, though, right? Like he wasn't even I'd have to watch that. I only saw that the one time, and it was a while ago. I can't remember exactly how that ended. If there was a real werewolf, I don't even remember.
So I watched some movies this week that I haven't seen. I watched Bullet Train finally.
Oh, you did?
I liked it. Yeah, we talked about it last week.
Yeah,
I liked it too.
And so I decided to watch it. The kids wanted to watch it too. I thought
it's not terrible for there's no sexy
terrible.
time or anything like that.
No. It's a bit gory. It's got some scenes and stuff.
I love Kick-Ass and what's his fucking name? The twins. They're great.
The twins stole the movie. Like I didn't want like to me, I was like, I want that spinoff, but like they had to kill one. You know, they killed one of the twins. I'm like, oh my god, that's the spinoff I would have wanted to see.
Well, no,
the prequel. I need to see a prequel.
Since we're spoiling it and saying they killed one of the twins, I liked the switcheroo because like they killed a twin, then they killed the other twin, but then the first twin came back, and you're like, oh fuck, like what is happening? So.
Yeah, no, I thought Bullet Train was really good. Really, surprisingly done well.
The music was good too. I like the Asian versions of like power ballads and
it was good. It was good, but there was something missing.
It was missing. It felt like
what made it great.
You know what? I'm not joking when I say this. Like I like Brad Pitt a lot, but to me, it felt like Brad Pitt was phoning it in. I don't think everyone else around Brad Pitt was awesome.
I agree.
Brad Pitt, even the cameos were so much better than Brad Pitt
because Brad Pitt was doing a thing. He was playing a specific kind of character that he wasn't necessarily the best person to play that character. There's other actors that could have stepped into that role and been just fine.
It wasn't even that though. I think Brad Pitt did a good job. It was just something that he was missing from his acting. That was just like, huh. Like I was just waiting for like the change, and there was never a change.
Yeah, I agree. There was something missing. But I liked everyone else in it. Carlos, I did see Sick pop up. I want to watch it.
I don't even know what that is, but
it's a movie. It's a horror movie that came out during the pandemic, and it was filmed during the pandemic. And it's about the people that are holed up through the pandemic, and then there's a killer after them. And there's this one really good scene in the trailer, which is pretty funny. She's coming up to a car covered in blood, like, you gotta help me. And the lady's got a mask, and she's like, do you have a mask? And the girl's like, what the hell are you talking about? So like it's a very interesting movie. I'd like to see the take on that, but no, I had not got to see Sick yet. I did see another older movie that I haven't got a chance around to see it because the kids after Glass Onion they wanted to watch more murder mystery stuff, so we watched Death on the Nile.
How was that? I didn't even get a chance to watch that.
You know what? Disappointing.
Was that the sequel?
Yeah, that was the sequel. That was the sequel to
that was a Gal Gadot, right?
Gal Gadot was in it. Yeah, Armie Hammer.
Before he went to Hollywood jail.
Well, I mean, yeah, before he's cannibal.
What a weird thing to be like, that person's a cannibal, and then everyone's like, "Yep, fuck him, he's a cannibal." Like, wait, we're not gonna like question this. He's just a cannibal.
He just ran off. He's on some island selling insurance or something.
Right? Selling timeshares.
I don't know.
It's not a good look. Like, hey, you can't just bail when they call you a fucking cannibal either, and be like, oh, like, you gotta fucking stand up for yourself, man. I don't know. Maybe he's just into some weird shit, but like, it's just a weird thing to just label someone as a cannibal. Like,
but he's all rich and shit. So
there's a. I didn't watch the documentary. I just saw like snippets. Like I guess this is like a family thing. Like there's like this big family history about this, and like they're all like old money, and I don't know. Like, yeah, exactly. I don't know what the hell is going on.
It's like The Invitation.
Carlos watched that One doc. The One doc was awesome. So
it was good. It was great. I watched the Hitchhiker, the Hatchet Hitchhiker.
About Kai Smash.
Yeah, Smash. I was like, what the fuck? When did this happen? Where did I miss this?
Like, it happened in Fresno. That happened like fucking an hour away from where I live.
I missed this whole internet phase. I was like, where was I at the whole time when this dude was going on? Like,
that was like viral. That shit was like,
I do not remember any of that shit.
I don't either, Sean.
And honestly,
I saw it. I'm like, I'll watch this later, but I did not remember.
It was on the local news for us up here, so like we got it right away, So
hobos.
I don't know. I don't get that one. But
can't type. That was so good, Sean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
But yeah, Death on the Nile was disappointing. It was boring for the first hour and 10, and then get into the murder mystery. Like, I like Kenneth Branagh. Like, I think he does a good job as the detective, but like everybody else, like, Gal Gadot was not good in it at all. Like, I just did not care.
Gal Gadot has been stinging it up lately. I don't know what's wrong. She must have lost her Wonder Woman in her because
I don't know.
He wasn't bad in what was that that shit with the Rock?
Red Notice.
Yeah, Red Notice. She wasn't bad, man.
That was a terrible movie.
But it was the Rock being the Rock and Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds, and like them just hamming it up.
Deadpool being Deadpool.
Yeah,
and then there's a twist, like
and Deadpool showing up in Bullet Train.
He's like, wait, he was in Bullet Train?
No, Deadpool was.
Oh no,
he was the guy who was supposed to be on the train instead of Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of the Ryan Reynolds cameos. like I'm just like I don't care.
Yeah, I think I've been kind of not like, even when we watched, what was that movie with Ryan Reynolds where he played like in the future and then he came back? Like, the movie was all right. Like when he was like teamed up with the kid version of himself.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't like that movie.
That movie was all right, but he was just Ryan Reynolds again, and just the same.
When the Hulk and Electro were his parents,
yeah, a little. It's
That's all I do now. That's all I do is.
I know that's all you. I can see it's all you do.
All it is like if you're in a Marvel movie, even DC movie,
but like Elektra.
Well, just like in Bullet Train, when I was like, "Oh, Zod is the main bad guy at the end," I'm like, "Zod's a ninja? Like, what is happening here?"
That was awesome.
Zod is
Michael
fighting
Shannon
Scorpion.
Is great, dude.
he's fighting Scorpion. What?
Awesome.
But like I don't understand how Gal is coming back for Fast 10.
I thought she's dead, right? Well, I mean,
yeah, but did she really die though?
But was Han. Han died twice, and he's coming back.
It doesn't fucking matter anymore.
But like Paul Walker, just babysitting
they
kids.
Can't. I mean,
I'm so done with this Fast and Furious shit. I
still haven't watched 9. I won't.
Don't watch it.
I'm not watching it. After you guys like
no. I need you to watch it. I want you to see. You have to watch some bad shit every now and then, just so you can know what the fuck we're talking about, like the Eternals.
You do need to clean your palate a little. You need to really kind of dig in there deep and start hating shit.
You gotta watch it.
I don't want to hate stuff.
I'm tired of this happy shit that you're doing. I don't like it anymore.
Paul is watching the kids. Remember? Yeah, Paul. That's what they do with him.
I need you to watch Strange Worlds. I need you to watch these movies, because I want to.
She fell into a haystack. What was that? Was it Fast 6 or Fast?
She fell into a haystack.
was it Fast 5 or Fast 6 that she?
Well, I think it was 6. Off the plane. She fell off the plane into darkness.
Well, that's where she died. Was it 6?
She fell into darkness. So it was just like, and that was it. Like I was like, wait, did she die or did she not die?
That's like it's gonna do like a flashback. She's like, she's gonna land in like a pillow truck.
You know what it's gonna be? You know what it's gonna be like, Sean? It's gonna be like the '80s GI Joe cartoons. Like anytime somebody gets shot out of the plane, like all of a sudden you just see them in the background with the, you just falling away safely. You know,
no,
the fucking parachute opens up and.
They're going to do a fucking recap, and they're going to explain how she did not die.
Ryan said she died.
Yeah, it was 6. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, what's gonna happen is Han saw her fall, so that was the big bad thing there. Somebody saved her. Fucking
Han saved her because
Paul Walker's he was there in the plane.
No, right. Han was there. He mourned her. And they didn't even go back for her body. That's how bad.
And that's what's fucked up is like then she's just gonna pop back in like, hey guys, like it's been fucking 5 movies. Like, where have you been? This poor man over here, Han, has been going through it.
He supposedly was dead too, but no.
No. What happened was the FBI got her body and she was in a coma. And then she woke up out of the coma.
And she had amnesia. She couldn't remember. See?
Yeah. They're going to try to do the same shit they did with...
Carlos, you're right. Charlize is going to have her, or fucking Michael Dutt, or what's his... God
oh, shit. Time travel.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, yeah. That was Kurt.
I believe time travel is going to happen.
Fuck. They're going to drive with dinosaurs. It's going to happen.
And then Vin Diesel's gonna be Riddick. At some point, I don't know. It just doesn't even matter.
Do you remember in Riddick how he was like, he stood in front of that alien and was like trying to stay in front of its blind spot?
Yeah.
Like he's gonna do that with like a T-Rex. Like,
no, he's gonna do that with a car. He's gonna do that with a car. What was the movie? By Stephen King. What was the shit with
Christine?
Christine?
No. With the Hobgoblin truck.
Oh, Maximum Overdrive.
They go pull a home Maximum Overdrive.
He comes back as Triple X.
I mean, this is a series where Vin Diesel was just the villain for one movie. They were like, fuck it. He's gonna try to kill everybody, and then we're gonna go back. And then in the next movie, his brother, who for a whole series that's based on family has never been mentioned before.
Not one time. And he's white John Cena. Like, wait, what? Like, wait, what? Isn't The Rock
John
black?
Cena? He's fucking John Cena.
Rock, but isn't
well, Jordana Brewster and Vin Diesel aren't black.
Yeah, but I thought they were. I thought
what?
Wait, Jordana Brewster?
No. I know.
Like
damn, I forgot.
his
Yeah, but she's
sister,
kind of like Mexican, I guess. I don't fucking know. But John Cena's like the whitest dude on the planet. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like so confused.
Well, and then he's the bad guy until they have like a moment and they're like, actually, I'm not the bad guy anymore. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you're just deciding who's good and who's bad.
And then The Rock is gone. He's not in it anymore. He has his own fucking movie that's not even going to get a part 2.
which Hobbs and Shaw was great.
Was amazing.
Hobbs and Shaw was so good.
Yeah, but that's done.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
care.
done.
I'll have my Hobbs and Shaw just by itself. That was a fantastic movie.
That was a fucking great movie. I would love to see that again.
So I also watched Puss in Boots this week.
How was that?
You know what? It was actually, out of everything I watched, the best of the movies. It was actually pretty good. They did a weird.
It's a weird animation style. It's like cell shading almost. Like
they did, and then they did like
it's like painted CGI. Like it's like CGI, but it looks hand painted. Not
the fight scenes too were very anime-esque. Like Alex loved it. Like anytime like Puss is going in a battle and he's fighting because he fights. I don't want to give everything away, but like you kind of pick it up in the beginning. Like he fights death. He's death shows up because he's on his last of his 9 lives, and like death is this wolf that carries these 2 sickles. It's pretty awesome. Like it's pretty the death wolf is pretty badass. Like
okay, what was it on?
At the theater.
Other means.
Oh, it's out there
in HD and other means. Yeah.
Wow.
it was really good.
I've been using other means all week. Everything. I watched like 4 movies by other means.
Salma Hayek is the kitty soft paws. There's some funny scenes in it. So a lot of adult humor. The kids were finally picking up on it because they haven't watched Shrek in a long time, and they're like, "Oh, we should watch Shrek." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're gonna see Shrek in a whole different light."
Yeah.
When you see Lord Farquaad about to beat off to a picture of a CGI Cameron Diaz, it's a hell of a thing.
Yeah, you know what was amazing this week? Holy fucking shit! Now, granted, I'm a Star Wars fan. Holy fucking shit! The Bad Batch was fucking amazing this week.
Oh, a new episode dropped.
Holy shit, yo! This one was about what's the guy with the target on his fucking eye? Crosshairs. Holy shit, this motherfucker's a beast. Yo, Steve, he had these little mirrors, and he would throw them everywhere and like look to where he had to shoot. This motherfucker was bang, bang, bang. And then they brought back a fucking character from fucking, oh my God, it was amazing. I loved it. I'm so.
Well, the episode's out. Who'd they bring back?
Oh, Commander Cody. They brought back Commander fucking Cody. And the revelation that Cody had, fucking amazing, Steve. I was like, oh shit. And then
that's one of your favorites, man. You love Cody. So
I love all clones, dog. All clones,
I know.
like the best fucking characters in the Star Wars universe that they really didn't fucking like they shied away from in the fucking movies. But I'm gonna tell you, this was one of the best Bad Batch episodes I've ever watched. Like it was phenomenal. Like I loved everything about it. They had like little quips here, little Easter eggs here. Like everything was there, man. It was a great episode, man. It was great just to see Commander Cody come back, and what happens after that, phenomenal. Fucking, I can't wait to see more of what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be honest with you. They should have a Clone Wars based off the Clone movie, so that we can see how this shit played out. But like, if it ain't, it ain't. But I thought it was phenomenal, man. Fucking phenomenal. Bad Batch was way worth checking it out.
Awesome. I can't believe I forgot about it. I like totally this week just got away from me. No, it's good. It's good. I'll have to check that out.
Oh,
Sean, did you freeze? I think Sean froze.
that is a good face. He's like
he's
looking at you. From what I'm seeing, it looks like he's looking at you very disappointed.
Yes. That I did not watch it. So it looks like they're talking about the Young Rock show. I did not know a new season came out yet. Is that good? Is season 2 to start off good? I liked season 1, but I kind of felt like They told me enough of The Rock's history. I don't know if they needed to tell me more.
I've never seen one episode.
Well, some of the good episodes, Steve, are like, especially when he's a real little kid, like, and you see him interacting with all the like 80s wrestlers, like, you know, Macho Man and all those. It looks really good.
But see, I'm not. I was never a 80s WWF. I mean, I know about them, you know, Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, all.
Yeah.
But I was Attitude Era. That was my shit. That's when I was big onto it. The Hardy Boys, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, fucking Undertaker. You know, when Undertaker became. I mean, he was always the Undertaker, but you know, like
when he became huge. Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I just dropped off.
Degeneration X, all that shit. Like that's the Attitude Era is when I.
Sean froze again as he was talking. He froze again. So
like the fucking Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys, those tables, ladders, and chairs matches, like that shit was crazy.
You're back on, Sean.
Yeah, my connection was.
That's all right.
Is your computer still dead?
No, I can't switch.
So he says that's this season, Steve.
Oh,
bringing back the Attitude Era for Young Rock. So that's good.
That's cool.
The Rock heel turn is good. During that Attitude Era, yeah, you know, like I was more of a WCW guy during that era.
What the fuck with who? With who in WCW at that time? They had a boy band in WCW at that time. They would come out in those little discs and sing around. What the fuck?
Terrible and shit.
God, it seemed like such cheap nonsense. WCW.
But see, they had all the old wrestlers that I grew up watching. Hogan joined, Hollywood Hogan got through all that. Sting. Those were the wrestlers that I watched, so I followed them.
Goldberg.
Along. Yeah, Goldberg. I mean, Goldberg won like 67 matches in a row. I mean, WCW, boo. Buff Bagwell buffs the stuff.
Bagwell. So terrible. What the shit?
I mean, the best wrestler in WWE or WWF at the time was Val Venus. Because he was just,
his finishing move was called the money shot.
He'd come out in a towel every time.
Hello, ladies.
And he just did his little gyration.
And it was just funny because like we're watching it in high school and like no problem. Like there's on national TV being like Val Venus, the former porn star. Like what the fuck? Like they did some weird shit in the Attitude Era. Like at one point, Mark Henry, the big motherfucker, like he like hooked up with like some old white lady, like some ancient. Like old lady, and like she got pregnant in the show's storyline. She got pregnant and gave birth to a hand.
What?
Like a big hand? What the fuck? It was crazy. It was nuts. But like Chris Jericho was rad when he would fucking come out and interrupt shit. Like that was good.
Jericho was first in the WCW.
Remember the ECW, the Extreme Championship Wrestling? And like Taz was like the big guy, and they're like, oh shit, Taz is coming over to the WWF. And they immediately just made him a fucking commentator.
Okay.
They were just like, you're just going to sit down with Michael Cole and fucking talk about shit. We can't have you in there. You're too tiny.
Big Bird, watch both, but I mean, I get it. Like I just stuck with my old dudes. That's what I liked. I was a big Sting fan. Sting was my guy for a long time, and then Ric Flair, the Four Horsemen. So it's like at that point, like you know, I watched WWF, WWE.
The best. There was a night in wrestling I remember watching where Stone Cold Steve Austin came out during every match of the whole night, Monday Night Raw, and Stone Cold stunned every fucking buddy. It was magical.
See, like I prefer.
And D'Lo Brown had the best Stone Cold stunner like playoff. Like he popped up, his hands were shaking.
But see, I preferred the Diamond Cutter from Diamond Dallas Page. I thought that was a better finishing move than the Stone Cold Stunner. So.
The Stone Cold Stunner was good. The one that like the People's Elbow was like flashy, but it was kind of lame.
It was. The People's Elbow was just like Hulk Hogan's leg drop. It was so stupid.
better.
I still think but Shawn Michaels, he still had one of the best finishing moves.
Shawn Michaels
sweet chin music,
people in the face. Yeah,
his finishing move is I'm going to kick you in your face.
I get that. Yeah. But yeah, I like the Giants choke slam. I thought those were good.
The Dudley boys had the Dudley death drop. That was great, where the one guy would pick him up and then the other guy would jump and grab his head, and boom, it was like a double move. That was great.
Yeah, back when that glass broke, you knew someone was getting their ass kicked.
Stone Cold
music.
Dun, 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 dun.
That movie, Ready to Rumble, is that that was with
one of the best things in the Ready to Rumble classic movie that stars David Arquette and
that's right.
And fucking, it's not one of, is it the Conn boy? Is it James Conn's son? Scott Conn? Is it?
Yeah.
The best part in that movie was when Rose McGowan is like trying to like fuck David Arquette, and she pulls her shirt off, and he's like, he looks at her tits and he goes, "Foreign objects," and he punches her in the face. Like, what the fuck just happened? That movie is great. I love that movie. So good. They crashed the porta potty truck.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
I have seen that movie too many times. They crashed. They drive a porta potty truck, and they're leaving a wrestling event, and they crash it, and it falls over. And there's liquid shit goes all over the road, all over everything.
I've never seen Ready to Rumble. I know David Arquette was in it, but I never watched it.
And fucking David Arquette's like, "Oh man, I always kind of like that smell. It reminds me of waffles." And Scott Conn's like, "Waffles dipped in shit." Like, that movie is great. I love that movie.
It's all WCW guys.
It is. They had the Nitro Girls. Yeah,
I don't remember none of that shit.
It was probably when I dropped out. I dropped out of wrestling like in 98, 99, somewhere around there.
I dropped out before it became WWE. Like, I remember I was like way out, and someone was like, "Yeah, they had to change the name because the World Wildlife Foundation got really mad." It's like, what?
Which is so weird because it's been around for decades.
Yeah, like, what the shit?
Now they're getting mad about it, so I don't know. So
yeah, I thought my connection was better on my iPad.
You look good. You haven't frozen yet.
Yeah.
Did you all watch anything else before I talk about a couple of things?
Go ahead.
I've been on I have a guest spot coming up for my other show, The Horror Returns. And I was tasked with picking 2 movies, and they had never seen Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. So
we reviewed it feels like a decade ago at this point.
It was like the first or second year that we were doing the show. It was a long time ago, but it's just one of those movies that flies under the radar. You know, it came out in 2006, so it's like if you never got around to it, it's not talked about a lot. But what a great movie! So I watched that again this week. That movie's fantastic. And then trying to find another movie that was kind of like a fake documentary movie, not necessarily found footage, but like a documentary being filmed, and it's fictional. I came up with the not very good movie of Digging Up the Marrow. Remember that? Did you ever see Digging Up the Marrow? It's where the director that made the Hatchet movies, like, he's documenting. Somebody wrote him and said he was like a monster hunter, and he knows a location where there's real monsters, and it turns out there's just like deformed kids that go live in the woods and live underground, but they're like fucking scary looking, like wings and shit and crazy fucking fangs, and it's an okay movie. The monsters look fantastic, but you don't get nearly enough of them for the hour and a half runtime. Like, you maybe get a minute and a half solid of monster shit, and the rest of it's just kind of talking. But those 2 got by other means. And then this other movie that I've been hearing a lot about, and I finally found it and checked it out, was called The Retaliators. This movie came out last year. It doesn't really star anybody you would know. Sean, you might know Mark Menchaca. He is from Netflix's Ozark. He played Ruth's dad, I believe. The beard, who was like gay with one of the cops.
Yeah. He was in
The Outsider too.
He actually was just in Jack Ryan too.
Oh, is he in Jack Ryan? So he's in the movie, and then like some of the other people you might know is like musician Tommy Lee is in it for like a quick second. He's like a cameo. He plays like a DJ, and then also the lead singer from Papa Roach is also in this movie. The soundtrack is really weird.
You're not selling this movie to me yet. So.
Listen,
he has not.
Listen. I just talked about who was in it. I didn't even tell you anything about it.
Did it. Well, I mean,
are you gonna let me finish? Can I finish?
No.
Anyways, it's so basically the main character is a pastor, and his daughter gets killed. You get all this from the trailer. His daughter gets killed, and the cop investigating it is the guy from Ozark and The Outsider and Jack Ryan, and he finds the guy that killed the pastor's daughter, and then he goes to the pastor and he's like, I'm going to help you heal and then it goes into his backstory, like, and his wife had gotten killed. And the way he healed from that was he was given 5 minutes with the killer. So the cop has the killer fucking bound up and tied up in the basement of some fucking building, and gets the pastor to come, and he's like, you can have 5 minutes. You just can't kill him. And then shit goes crazy. There's like a dungeon with like several bad guys that have been kept down there for many, many years. And they're all basically like feral monsters. There is a certain point in this movie where it turns and it is gory, violent mayhem. And you see this pastor just taking people out. And it is so much fun. It's very tongue-in-cheek. It's not to be taken ridiculously seriously. It is all about the gore and a little the practicals, the squibs. Everything is so fucking good. It is not CGI blood. It is fucking old school. It is great. The gore effects are fantastic. The acting's actually really fucking good. The soundtrack is great as far as I like. It's more like new metal stuff. It's a really fucking good movie. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. If you like gory action, you're gonna like this. I guarantee it.
Okay.
So that Retaliators gets a hero for me.
Gets a hero.
Oh yeah. Okay. There's actually a song that was written. And it's called The Retaliators, and that's how the end happens. Like the song kicks in right when the credits happen, and that song's been stuck in my head for like 4 days. It's really, really fucking good. So I found it again by other means, so it's out there and it's a great copy. So
was it sung by Papa Roach?
No, but he is on the soundtrack, but that's not that song. Of course, there's a lot of. I think the guy that directed the movie is a musician as well. So
all right.
Very, very cool. That's it. That's all I saw.
Sean, you see anything else before we get into the toy box?
No, I didn't watch anything else this week.
Did you guys pick up anything this week?
I did pick up something this week, actually. I don't know why I picked it up, but I just picked it up because it was cheap.
All right. Steve?
Oh no, I didn't get out. I have not left my house except to go to work.
Well, I know, yeah, because you're in a monsoon, so
it's funny. It's like all the schools are closed, all these buildings are getting closed down. I mean, get your ass to work. Better commute.
Just like during COVID, right? Like no matter what happened, no matter what could happen, you had to go and work. So all right.
You know what I am gonna start? I'm gonna pick up though. So Eagle Moss shut down and they turned into a new company.
Did they?
They're called Fan Home.
Okay.
Oh man, a little. They have a 21-inch Back to the Future DeLorean that you can build by subscription base. $13 a month. It revs up. The lights work.
What do they send you piece by piece?
Huh?
What is it? What do you mean $13 a month? Like
they send it to you piece by piece. Like
you get a piece of the DeLorean every month.
Yeah, it's metal. It's 21 inches, and I'll send you a link to what it looks like when it's in. you turn it on and the fucking lights turn on. There's a sound to it. It revs up. Oh, this shit is amazing. I was like, and I found I was like, holy shit. I was like, yo, subscribe. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to start building the shit. Like,
do they do anything else, or is it just the DeLorean so far?
You have a DeLorean, Ecto 1.
Do they have Ecto? Okay, so send me that because I have a friend who's been looking for an Ecto 1 model that he's been.
Go on Fan Home. I'll send it to you when I get a chance. They got a kit. I think kit. They have R2D2, but it's like it's not as big as the one that I have. So it's like I don't really need it. If I can't get a life size, which I'm trying to do as well, to see if I can try to build a life size R2D2. But
how much is it per month? Sorry,
Steve, you'll love this shit. $13.99 a month. And they send
but how many months are you?
Yeah, how many months?
I mean, they send you like 5. They send you like 5 or 6 like pieces, but I'm not really sure exactly. I don't care. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm fine with that. Like I'll keep
but like if it turns out it's like for like a year, like that's a lot of fucking money for a model.
But a 21-inch model. I mean,
it's a 21-inch model
that lights up and does all that shit.
I'll send you a video right now. Yo, that shit was phenomenal. To me, because I like building shit, and Steve, so do you. Like, yo, this shit's on another level. Like, I was like, holy shit. I was like, yo, that's
we'll take a look at it after because that's if we're all just looking at our phones while we're talking, I don't think it's gonna.
Well, since when did we start caring about doing a good show? What the fuck? I'm just kidding a little. I see you trying to produce over there. It's all right.
Trying to make good content. So what'd you pick up, Sean? I just saw you grab your statue.
Oh, I actually got the Kota Bukie. It was really cheap. I got from GameStop. Had GameStop points.
Is it the 12-inch?
Use those, 12-inch Captain Rex.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, if you wanna.
I mean, if you're building out your Star Wars shelves, they can't all be, the same.
I mean, granted, until I get a premium format Captain Rex, this will do me fine. Ooh. There is a companion piece that is Ahsoka on the other side.
So that's awesome.
It's the scene from Clone Wars where they were both fending off the fucking clones
back to back. Yeah,
that's awesome. That's
I know. I can't. I got to find Ahsoka. But this was.
You need to get the Ahsoka, and then you need to get like a Lazy Susan so it can just kind of spin.
So I have one, so it can rotate. I have actually one of the rotator things. I can just keep rotating the whole time.
Like a little motor.
Yeah, I mean the weathering and the detail on it alone is like fucking great. Like I was very blown away by it, and you can actually switch the hand to him going like this with 2 guns. But I kind of like the positioning of this. There's a head swap that goes to his regular Clone Wars head.
Okay.
Which is really cool. Again, this is it. I love the model and how it looks. Now, Diamond Select, I think, has one as well, Premier one, but it doesn't look as good as this does. And I felt like, you know what, this is for the money that I didn't really spend on it. I was actually very happy with it. Very surprised by it because I was like, oh, I thought it was gonna be a little bit smaller. It's really big. It's not heavy or anything because it's PVC, but really good piece.
Looks great.
Yeah, really fucking good piece, man. Very, very surprised. I was like, wow, this is really, really good. Yeah. So I actually really like it. I'm like, damn, and I can't wait to get the Ahsoka. Hopefully I can find it. I mean, it's on Big Bad Toy Store, so I might just get it from Big Bad Toy Store.
Big Bad Toy Store went out of business.
Did they?
I believe so.
Oh, shit. Are you serious?
I believe a couple of the big toy stores have gone out.
Star Wars. I know some Star Wars places did. It was like a couple. I don't think Big Bad Toy Store went out.
I think Big Bad Toy Store went out.
Big Bad Toy Store, the website is still up and running, and you can do pre-orders and everything else.
I'm always on. I never hear.
Maybe I'm wrong about Big Bad.
Entertainment Earth?
No, Entertainment Earth did not go out of business. That was one of the.
You scared the fuck out of everybody when you just said Big Bad Toy Store.
Yeah, no, don't be playing with me, man. Man.
I'll have to double check and find out which ones. I was watching something today about it. And
I was too, but it's not Big Bad Toy Store.
Okay.
Like they sell every fucking thing.
Yeah, they don't give no discounts. They don't do shit, but they have everything.
My bad. I thought maybe I got confused with some of the other ones, but
yeah, it was oh shit, a little. They sold like a lot of Star Wars shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who. Dorkside Toys. Sorry.
Yeah, Dorkside Toys. Man, stop scaring people like that. Little goddamn. Ooh, yo, you bullshitting on that one. Don't be playing that game.
I'm sorry, I forgot. It caught off guard.
Get your shit right, man. Big Bad Toy Store is important.
I apologize.
Shit, I got some shit. I got some shit.
That is scared.
I got some shit on pre-order.
Yeah, I got some shit on pre-order too, dog. Like, what the fuck?
Well, that's what Dorkside Toys like took all the pre-order money and like split. Like they're done. They haven't refunded anybody. They're done.
I never ordered from Dorkside Toys because I didn't really care about the shit they had anyway. So
I'm just saying, like, I heard a few other of the toy shops like that, the online toy stores.
Yeah, Cantina something. It was another Star Wars place that got.
Well, I heard a lot of it was due to Hasbro. Hasbro was
well, Hasbro was charging like fucking $80 for their fucking figures now. You can't. Yeah, how do you even win?
You can't sell. Yeah, I mean, unless you're doing like like a reselling. Like, there's no way. It's almost impossible. I mean, but you got to be selling more than Hasbro. I think that's why like Entertainment Earth really went heavy into like Funko's, really went heavy into the Mezco, really, all those other, NECA, because like you can't rely on Hasbro. So, all right, cool.
Yeah, little shit, man. You just freak. You almost have my heart.
I'm sorry. I apologize. You got anything else?
No, that's it, sir.
All right. I'm gonna go into what I got this week. It's actually what I got during my travels. So I know I showed you guys a little tease last week while we were off air, but so I picked up some NES games. I picked up Gauntlet for the 10 gen version of Gauntlet.
Gauntlet is amazing.
So I love Gauntlet.
Gauntlet is Diablo in the beginning.
You play the wizard. Yeah.
John, did you see the new cinematic trailer that they released for Diablo 4? I just saw it yesterday.
Steve.
He's like, I have come back to hell for you. It's like, oh my God.
I cannot wait for Diablo. Yo, I am buying the $89 package for Diablo.
I mean, you may as well just splurge and get the $99 version if you're going to spend $89.
That's what I'm getting, the $99 one. Yeah, I'm going all out, Steve. I'm Diablo all the way in.
We're gonna be in
for the next fucking.
I was talking to Dave last night, and he was like, I don't know, Steve. I don't know if you're gonna be. I'm like, I am in. There's been nothing to fucking play, and that is a squad game. Like, I'm in.
I know. Me and Dave talked about this with you. We were like, man, is Steve really gonna be in on this?
I'm gonna be in. I'm gonna be in.
I was like, this motherfucker better be in on this game, man, because I know how you are.
What was the last game you fell out of? Elden Ring, right?
Yeah, but everybody fucking fell out of Elden Ring. That game.
Not Dave.
No, Dave is in it, man. Dave, he's diehard. Steve, you hit me up last night. I didn't have my damn earphones, man. I couldn't find them. So I was like, I'm playing through Jedi. I'm just like running through it.
I'm playing Valhalla again. There's nothing else to play, like, until something comes out. That's just it. There's just nothing.
No, that's why I'm going retro. So also, Steve, I showed you this last week, but I didn't show everybody else. I picked up Werewolf: The Last Warrior from Data East. Love that sticker. Look at that.
I didn't even know that was a game.
It's fantastic. I remember that game.
Werewolf.
I remember the back of it. I remember fucking trying to rent it from a mom and pop video store, and my parents wouldn't do it.
Then,
so I never got to play.
Then I also got an awesome lot. Although one of the games, the label's torn off. This is Evander Holyfield boxing for the Game Gear. But I got a complete working Game Gear, Sega Game Gear.
That is
in great shape.
Awesome.
I want to get another one where I can because like they have some really cool modded.
Hello, I need a Game Gear too.
Cases and stuff for it. So like, it's in beautiful shape. I mean, there's a little bit of
I need a Game Gear, Lil. I need a Game Gear.
You need that big ass battery pack.
I have it.
Oh, you have it?
Okay, so I got a bag full of goodies with the Game Gear.
That's awesome.
Big ass battery pack that you
God, look at how big that fucking thing is. Look at the size of the screw in that.
You could kill someone with this thing. It's so heavy. It is ridiculous.
And that battery pack probably has like a total of like 2.5 hours life.
Man becomes hero by killing a man with a Game Gear.
Smash!
Yeah, so I got that. I mean, I got like in here, I got another Sega Saturn controller. I got a bunch of Sega like accessories with this lot. But I also got with the Game Gear, I got the Winter Olympics game. Nothing special with that. Sonic 2, of course, that's the staple. And then Super Columns, had to kind of compete with Tetris. So got 4 games and Sega Game Gear. So
have you turned it on?
Of course. Yeah, I took the batteries out of it because it takes fucking 6 batteries, but yeah, it works perfectly.
6 AA's.
Lord. Although I started my DTOF with video game retro video game collection. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I need a Game Gear. I think I need a Dreamcast. I need a 64.
I got all of them. I got multiples of those.
And I have an inbox. So, I need an inbox.
Well, I know you want inbox, so.
But I'll take a loose 64. But I have the Super Nintendo coming. And this week at Second and Charles, they had Super Nintendo, the Super Star Wars Nintendo, because I want all the Star Wars games.
Yeah, I have those in box.
Shut up.
You don't believe me?
No, I believe you. I said shut up.
Oh, okay.
I hate you that you have them.
Yeah, I have those inbox minty. So also I picked up for Sega CD, I picked up Chuck Rock inbox.
I didn't even know that was a game.
And it was only $15. Yeah, it's one of those cardboard
old game boxes are huge.
But this great. So Sega CD came in like the clamshell type boxes, like with the plat, and then they went to cardboard toward the end of the run. So this is a more rare game, and it's got a Kmart sticker on it. I was like,
see, like, look at the wear on it, like. All that, like, I love all that shit.
It was reduced. Whoever bought it,
yeah, I love that.
So I picked that up. I also got these thrown in. These 2 like Nintendo box cases.
Yeah.
Cool. So I got a bunch of these. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them because they just don't fit on my shelf nice. But I got a couple more in a box, and then I got this awesome thing too. So this another Nintendo branded holds games and stuff, but I'm probably gonna use it for manuals. Because it just holds like 8 games, nice. But it was Nintendo branded.
8 games, right? Like, so that thing holds 8 games. That thing probably cost when that dropped $50.
10 games, yeah.
$50, like.
Oh yeah.
You'd have to have tons of them things stacked up.
For sure, yeah.
That's just great though. I love the simpleness and that's a great Nintendo logo.
Yep.
On the front of it. Is that like in chrome or is that like
it's like a chrome paint. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if you could see shininess, but yeah, it's like
sweet.
So yeah, I just gotta wipe this sticker thing off of it. They had like some weird sticker on it.
Just toss some Goo Gone on it and then we get
that's what I'm gonna do. So and then I picked up a Grail comic book of mine that I wanted to get and kind of completed now my Black Suit trilogy of comics. I got The Amazing Spider-Man 252 and a 9.4 newsstand edition. CGC 9.4. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
It's very interesting, Steve, how he has now changed the CGC, all CGC now. How I tried to guide him in that direction earlier and now he wants Now he wants to listen to me now.
But I
have 100 CGC comics.
He's been in CGC for a while.
But the ones that I was like, yo, I remember I said, the ones you want to get.
I know you said focus on ones I want to get, not just grab everything. Well, you know what? Now I'm doing both.
Just tell me I'm right. I'm
still grabbing everything, and I'm still getting this because
say, Sean, you were right. That's all you guys said.
I'm never
like I'm laughing at both of you. Like the fact that Lil's just like, and then Sean's like, I needs constant affirmation.
constant.
I'm only joking, man. I can't do
nothing.
But I do need you to say that, Sean, you are right.
But I got 252. I'm really, really happy to get this game, to get this comic, because now I have my Marvel Team Up 141, Secret Wars number 8. I'm gonna hang them all behind me. I've already kind of ordered the wall mounts to hang out. I'm gonna hang behind me. It's gonna be all Spider-Man books. So
okay, so are you going all CGC Spider-Man books, or are you just
no? Because I'm gonna get some. I'm looking at some early Avengers books, some early X-Men books. I'm focusing on the ones where Spider-Man's on the cover, the crossover ones for sure. But there's some other books too. A book I won today on an eBay auction that's coming next week. It's funny because it's a cartoon that like I remember when it came out, I hated it. It's a Spider-Man cartoon. But like I always wanted the comic for some reason. And then now this character costume's in the new Miles Morales movie. So I'm like, oh, it'll be perfect to hang on the wall. So I got that one coming. I'll show that hopefully next week. I don't want to give up too much until I get it and see it. But
are you gonna try to get the 90s X-Men books?
Well, I have them raw, so I might flip the raw ones to then get some of the newer ones. But I want more Silver Age. Like some of the new stuff, like the silver, like this is Bronze Age, and this is, this is key. This is the black suit. I'm hoping the black suit comes.
I'm warning you now. If you get them now, hurry up, because when X-Men come out, that's just going to go up.
It's going to go crazy. I know everything X-Men's going to go crazy. So
I'm trying to guide you there now. Just get them now.
I've been grabbing X-Men. Like I have a ton
Fantastic
of Fantastic
Four books too. Wait till that movie.
I have a ton of Fantastic Four books too. I've been looking at. I've been trying to get some of the earlier ones as well. Like I'm talking like sub 25. Like really early Fantastic Four books. So same with Avengers, because eventually they're going to reboot the whole damn thing, and it's it's all going to kind of kickstart all over again. So I'm just trying to get.
Do you think that reboot will happen
after Secret Wars
in your lifetime? Reboot it all. Reboot fucking Iron Man. Recast Captain America and start over.
It'll happen in our lifetime.
That's so dangerous.
Well, I mean, look, like you got to look. How many Batman have they already had? How many Superman have they already had?
It's different.
How many Spider-Man have they already had?
It's
different.
Know what
I mean? Like, but
they never had universes. They never had built out, complete, separate, lived-in.
But Steve, what's gonna happen? Like 5 years from now, right? Like we're gonna be at the end of the Secret Wars saga. X-Men, all this will be introduced at some point. Like the kids that are growing up watching those as their first Marvel movies, they're not going to go back and watch the first Avengers movie, the first Iron Man movie. Like to them, it's going to be the oldies, right? Like it's going to have a reboot, a redone, a reimagining at some point.
I just don't know how they do it all again.
Well, I think
that magic.
I think that's going to be the hard part, right? Recapturing that magic, because that was like the first time. That's why it's going to be it's going to have to be done differently. I don't think it's going to be Kevin Feige doing it. I think at some point Feige's going to like just say, I'm out, I'm done. I'm going to do something else. And I think at that moment, whenever that is, that'll be when they reboot the universe. You know what I mean? Like you take 3 years out, you do some kind of big finale event, which Secret Wars might be it, because like it's merging universes. The Secret Wars in the comics, brought Miles Morales into the 616. It did all that stuff. Maybe that's the end game. I don't know.
But it'd be hard because they're going to be introducing characters leading up to that. Fantastic Four is going to be in between Kang and
right, but it's
Secret Wars.
But maybe what they do is Fantastic Four. They bring an older Fantastic Four squad. So you're not. So there's a reason why they're bringing back Fox's X-Men characters, right? Like there's reasons, because it's like we can kill all these people off and still reboot it down the road with a younger cast. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm not saying that they're going to bring back Fox's Fantastic Four, but if Krasinski and these guys are in it,
risky move.
It is, but I think
no, they don't need to reboot anything. They could just introduce different versions, younger versions of all those characters. They could introduce a Tony Stark from a completely different reality that's only 20, and then now he's back in this universe. Same thing with Captain America, same thing with it. And then now you're getting the world continuing to move forward. The universe continues expanding in one direction, and now you have younger versions, alternate versions that are in this world now that are going to keep those stories going moving forward.
Yeah, just like the Marvel comics did with the Ultimate Universe, right? Like you have some of that.
Sean just leave all the way?
Yeah, he joined back on his iPad.
Yeah, I had a better connection for some reason. I don't know what's up. I gotta get Comcast back in here.
Your microphone sounds better on your computer, though.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's because you're using the tablet microphone.
Yeah. Oh well. Get to deal with it.
Well, now you're freezing.
Yeah.
Am I? Really?
Yeah, you weren't freezing on your computer.
Yeah, your connection's way worse on the iPad right now.
Yeah. So, but I agree with you, Steve. I mean, I think it's something. There's multiple ways they can go with this. Mm-hmm. That's a perfect frozen face that Sean's making right here. Like this is perfect.
You better get a picture of that before he fixes his.
I mean, how do I can't remember what was the control command.
I'm just gonna take a picture of my phone.
There you go. Do that. That's hilarious. Oh, you dropped off. You missed it.
No, I got it.
Oh, okay, good. But it's going to be interesting what they do because, like you said, like there's because like we've missed out on opportunities, right? We've missed out on, Captain America fighting in World War II with Wolverine. We've missed. Just the X-Men and Avengers meeting and battling, having big battles, even Avengers versus X-Men, stuff like that. So like, there's a lot they can do and not having the Steve Rogers and Iron Man and, that kind of stuff. Like you said, like they gotta figure out a way to bring in a younger version of them at some point.
And they don't have to look the same. They can be slightly different. They're alternate versions. It's just like how artists draw characters different. One Tony Stark doesn't look the same from artist to artist. He just has the same hair and he wears an Iron Man suit, so you know who it is.
Yeah. Well, and that way they can bring back then T'Challa. They can do a lot.
Could you imagine they bring in a younger Steve Rogers who's like, maybe he's not even frozen. Like that's how they explain that one away. Like he comes into this new world that's all updated in the future from the 1945 his world, and then just brought in. Boom. So now it's like he does that whole time jump without having to do the frozen thing, and now he's just here. And Sam Wilson has to like train him up.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Oh, that'd be rad. That'd be so good.
That it's Captain America and the Falcon is the title of that movie, just like the comics, because that's I like that.
Bucky is like, you can imagine Bucky meeting the Steve Rogers from.
Yeah,
dude, that'd be
a different timeline. Steve Rogers,
right? And they're just trying to explain to him and like,
and Steve seeing this old version of Bucky, and he's like, "You just died in my arms," kind of thing.
Well, and then having the world's history with Captain America and having this young Captain America come in and like, this is what Steve Rogers did in our world. Look, we have it all on video. Like, holy shit. They could do some cool shit with recasting. I mean, you have to cast it right,
Yeah, I mean,
you shit the bed on casting. It's a big problem, but Marvel doesn't really seem to have that problem.
No, and even when you think they miss, they don't. It's like it comes out. Everyone's been amazing. Everyone. So, we'll see. I'd like to talk about the Quntumania trailer, but Sean, I have no idea where he went. So, but I think that's the only news we've got. And we're not going to show it because I'm not getting kicked off of YouTube.
I think we can show it. We just can't have the sound on. We can talk over the video playing, but it's the sound that gets us nuts.
So what's the point at this time? You know what I mean? Like,
because I've only seen it once and I don't remember it.
I mean, it's a badass trailer. Let's just put it that way. It's a darker trailer. You see Antman splitting into two.
That's what I'm saying. We need to at least we need to watch it. We need to put it up, and then we can talk about it. You could be like, we could do it. We just gotta wait for Sean.
Well, I mean, who knows if he's coming back?
Well, I mean,
he's got internet issues. So, and just, I don't know. It's great podcasting.
Well, shit. Yeah, it is great podcasting. There really is no other news except for like it's like they're saying Adam Driver for Reed Richards.
Yeah. Okay. I could see it. I wouldn't mind it. I like Adam Driver. Carlos wants to know if we've talked about so MODOK's look, which we'll talk about in that. You know what? Everybody's like, oh, look at how crazy he looks. Well, he's a giant freaking head. Of course it's going to look crazy.
But it's looking more and more like that Spy Kids movie with every with fucking it looks like what's his name? George Lopez with the big TV face, and then you got all the yellow suit, the red suit, the purple suit, like it looks very the Spy Kids comparisons are quite hilarious. We were just we were talking about Sean Adam Driver for Mr. Fantastic, and it's being reported he may get the role. But then you have to have Mr. Fantastic with long hair because you can't show Adam Driver on the screen with short hair. It's not possible. His head is too funny.
Now, I would like Adam Driver as Dr. Doom.
That would be great. He don't even have to change his voice that much.
Nope. He'd be a great Dr. Doom.
Another guy wearing a helmet. Another character for him wearing a helmet.
That would be...
And he can redeem himself. Because that Kylo Ren shit was trash.
I've had 3 movies where I'm a piece of shit, but you know what? In the last 5 minutes of this one, I'm a good guy.
Yeah.
And now I'm dead. Terrible. Hate that fucking movie.
So yeah, so do I, Steve. I hate to relive it. I hope they just restart everything and just kind of do something different with that. But anyway,
the big news coming out is that Star Wars Episode 7 is coming out. They're just gonna redo it. They're just gonna start over. We're just gonna pretend 7, 8, 9 never happened.
They can. They actually could. If they do Ahsoka right, they could actually bring back everybody, or they could bring back at least Luke. And the crazy part is that Luke disappeared at the end of 7?
Mm-hmm. No, at the end of 8.
End of 8. So there could be that. They could actually pull Luke out, because remember they pulled Ahsoka out, and that's why Ahsoka actually is now
still here.
So they could do that, and that actually would fucking work, and it would balance everything. So I'm fine with that. And then they can actually tell Rey's story differently if they really wanted to. They can restart this whole shit if they really, really wanted to. They can do a flashpoint and call it a day. And that would work. But the crazy part is that I know Dave Filoni, and I heard George Lucas is coming back a little bit. I heard they're starting to weave him back in a little bit. So honestly, and I heard Kathleen Kenney's on her last I think that she signed like a severance deal or some shit. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true, Lil. You know what I mean?
I haven't heard anything.
You're the insider.
I am not, and I have no knowledge. No knowledge.
You can talk to us off the air. It's fine.
Yeah.
I have no knowledge.
We can talk to us off the air. It's fine.
I have no knowledge.
I plead the 5th.
Why'd you hold up 4 fingers?
I have no knowledge of anything.
I plead the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What was I gonna say?
Well, good, because I'm glad Kathleen Kennedy might be on her way out, because I also forgot to mention this, but I finished Willow. The season finale happened this last week.
How was that, Steve?
That show is terrible.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's like why the fuck are you playing like Imagine Dragons and shit during fight scenes? Like, what is this? what is this? And why is everyone talking like it's?
Was it really Imagine Dragons?
It might have been. I don't know. It was some shit that sounded like that. You know what I mean? Like it's just.
I like Imagine Dragons, but
but it's current music. It's not that. And they actually did finally play the theme at one point during the finale. It was like da 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 da. You know, like the old fucking Willow music. Like it's a very strong theme. It's a great soundtrack. And
I think with that show, you need a John Williams score.
You needed something, dude.
Carlos said she did sign a severance deal.
Yeah, but I will say though, at the same time, like where Willow failed, I think with characters and with dialogue, they really made up for her in special effects. The show looked phenomenal. The finale was really, really fucking good. Like there was a whole bunch of fighting going on. People were getting turned into stone. It looked fucking great. You know, kind of like how Willow threw that acorn at Dabmorta at the end of the movie and she started to turn into stone. And like, it's a cool visual effect for the time. But like in this one, like with the CGI effects, it looks really good. There's a whole ass superpower fight. Like two witches going at it and just using fucking powers from their hands and shit and casting crazy shit at each other. It was awesome. So the special effects were fantastic. The fight choreography was actually pretty fucking good. At one point, this one chick gets this armor and there's this battery that gets plugged in. And when it powers on, like it all starts forming around her like a transformer kind of thing. It was fucking rad, dude. Like it was cool. It wasn't very Willow. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a good Willow show, but the highlights were definitely the special effects.
It reminded me, it kind of had like an ensemble cast of like Dungeons and Dragons. Like it had that weird ensemble cast of like some shit like that.
It was checking off a lot of boxes. They had all the characters you need to have to check off all the boxes you need to check off. It was a very by the numbers show in that way. It felt like a weird show that Willow was in. Not necessarily a Willow show. And especially because the whole damn season they're talking about fucking Willow's trying to get home to his daughter and his son's missing, his wife is dead. Like what the fuck? Like they're just talking about shit like, and he says like he failed his wife and his son left because he blamed him. And you're like, what the fuck? Let's go back to that. I want to know what's going on there. And they never even go back to fucking Willow's Willow's fucking thing. It just ends in like this weird like magic city somewhere that they had to jump off a waterfall to get to. Huh?
So no season 2.
There's no way. And then like Mad Mardigan is not in the show, but like they're always talking about this motherfucker. And like at the end, like he has like a voiceover that talks to his daughter, but like it's not like his spirit, but it's like it is. I don't know. It's fucking weird, and it's not even. It's obviously no. It's not Val Kilmer. He can't talk.
Well, I don't know. What was that? That's why I asked.
No, they said
Val Kilmer really can't do much anymore, man. Like he can't. There's no action. He can't do shit.
They said it's his son actually. Val Kilmer's son did the voiceover. For the Mad Mardigan role in Willow, but it was fucked up too because it was like in 2 episodes ago he had a voiceover, a little line that he was saying. The episode I was telling you about, Sean, where Christian Slater was in it.
Yeah.
He had a little voiceover in that, and like one of the it was like comicbook.com was like they had a little article and it was like, did Val Kilmer voice Mad Mardigan in this week's episode of Willow? And like the first comment was like, he can't even voice himself. I was like, oh shit!
People have no chill.
Internet undefeated.
It's so fucked up, but like it's like I was like, oh my god!
Val Kilmer 0. like damn.
Golly.
Yeah, they're savages on there, man.
Sean had to cover his face for that one.
It was so bad. It hurt so bad. It was like, oh my god.
People have no chill anymore, man.
None. They don't give a fuck.
They're quick.
They're quick. The internet scares me. They're so scary. Lord forbid.
So what else? Rumors of Tobey Maguire fighting Hugh Jackman in either Secret Wars or King Dynasty or one of these other movies. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Seeing Spider-Man, Wolverine kind of going at it until they team up.
That's what it's all going to be, though. If they have all these superheroes fighting each other, it's going to be like Civil War. Like, stop pulling your punches. Like, we got to fucking make it look like we're fighting until we can team up to fight this one bad guy. And then we can all have a nice chuckle about it when it's over.
Hey, hey, man, that was still a great fight.
It was. It was. It was great.
That was still phenomenal.
I mean, it was. I was like, damn. It was a good. Like, there was cool things about it, but nobody was getting their ass kicked. Like, the cool thing was when fucking Antman went fucking giant at the airport. Like, that was great.
He was like, whoa!
Remember when he threw the little truck and he's like, this will make it bigger, and it was like it exploded. He was like, oh god, I thought that was a water truck.
Gasoline truck he threw at him.
Like, that's funny.
Man. No, that was good. Well, I guess do we want to then show and talk over the Ant-Man trailer?
I mean, how the fuck are we gonna do the game?
We can't do the audio.
Can you put us back in the movie theater like you did before? Remember how we was in the movie theater? We can just like talk, and can we talk over that too? Can we have like a little box down the bottom and show the video?
I don't think we can have the audio. I think that's the biggest.
Yeah,
the biggest problem.
Carlos, that was one of my favorite parts when we asked for the orange slices.
Because we don't like we get tagged when we have music on when we're playing. Right, like I was playing shit.
So let's try it without the video. See how
without the audio. Yeah.
I'll say just put us back in the little movie theater. Remember we had a little movie theater going for a minute?
I don't know how to find that again.
I don't know how to find that. I'm done.
Damn, hello.
Well, like you asked me about the movie theater, like in the middle of this. Like, I don't know.
Steve. Last of Us tomorrow.
I'm not watching it.
You're not watching it.
He wants to wait till the end, remember?
Come on, man. You can't. First of all, I can see a Lil not doing this. Don't do this to me, man. At least watch the first episode. If you don't watch the rest of the season, that's fine. But yo, at least let me give me something to talk about next week, dog. So I want to feel you. I don't want to feel a Lil's hype because I know Lil's not gonna fucking watch it, and he'll watch it, and then he's like, I can't watch it.
I made a deal with my wife.
Oh man, fuck, man. I'm quitting the show, man. I'm done. Done with y'all.
It's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I know.
Does it really?
The premiere episode does, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. My wife just sent me a text. There's people stranded on the roofs of their cars because of flooding not far from my house.
Holy cow.
Actually, like not far from my house, and
well, you are like up high, right?
Right. Well, I'm looking at where it is on the map, and there's like the road goes and then it comes way down for a bit and then goes back up. So that's right where it's happening.
Yeah.
But like that's 15 minutes from my house. That's 2 minutes from Jason Leno's house. Like he's right where that shit is.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he was supposed to come over and watch the game today, but his fucking power was out and he has to stay making sure his generator's working because he has a fucking pump pumping the water out from the bottom of his property. It's crazy. Like,
oh shit.
It is.
Yeah, sump pump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate sump pumps, man. Because sump pumps will fuck you. They'll either work for you or they'll fuck you in the end.
Bro, it's bad. Like there was a storage unit that got whole storage facility got flooded. 6 inches of water. Could you imagine if and that's every unit, every storage unit, 6 inches. Like everybody's shit is fucked. That whole facility, that's crazy.
That's deep, man.
Yeah, so if you got the subtitles on, then we should be good.
All right. So let's go with Ant-Man. We got Kang doing the voiceover here in this part. That
is so easy for them to film all that red carpet shit because they just did it at a movie premiere.
If you watch Screen Crush, I don't know if you guys watch Screen Crush.
Yeah,
I know you do.
Yeah.
He breaks down a lot of cool shit, and it's like Ant-Man is going through this whole thing of he's missed time with his daughter. And
well, that's what he thinks he's using. And like the trailer is leading up to that, right? Like I can give you time back. That's what Kang is doing.
I can
but
give you time and the old actress back.
Here's the thing, though, with Kang right here, like the fact that he's asking Ant-Man for his help means that Kang is not the Kang that we know in the comics, right? He is not the Time Lord at this moment.
Kang needs something to make himself the Time Lord.
Exactly. He needs, whatever Scott, because you see this one thing where Ant-Man, which is crazy, it's at the end of this where he's doing like that ants where they climb up each other, making that anthill thing, like he's doing it himself in human form.
Yeah.
To try to get up to that thing. That was kind of the Wreck-It Ralph thing, or like in was it that zombie movie with Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
Steve,
I love the fact that they made his blue face like that shield that goes over his face. It's like a helmet, but it gives him that comic accurate look, and it even has the lines. Like that shit is clutch. Another fucking Marvel costume design for the fucking win.
I agree.
Make this silly ass costume look awesome, and they did it.
Look at that!
God damn, that shit!
God damn, Steve!
Look at it with the lights.
Well, I love that his eyes are still like
blue.
Yeah,
I love. Also, he has those the marks on
scars.
His face. I love
their scars. Yeah.
Yo,
I mean,
this may be the best villain.
But see, here's the thing: what a lot of people didn't notice. Like, if you look at all this here, like this is the inner workings of a clock.
It does look like a clock.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I've watched so many videos. Nobody's talked about that. Everybody's talking about circular hexagon. This looks like a clock.
Look at the hands a little.
Chronopolis is a damn. This is a frick. Yeah, exactly. Like right there off to the right. Like this is a clock.
Yeah, it is. Because look, click, 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 click. Yeah. If you take these, because there's only two, mind you, there's only two.
Yeah,
this is a fucking clock. Wow, that's neat. That's dope.
Yeah, he's watching time. I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, look at all this circuit," because it's a clock. And I love this part here, man. He's like, it's either like, is this multiple versions of him? Is this him like wherever he's at splitting off? Like, is it because of time? Like, it's very interesting to see like what Ant-Man's going through.
Okay, so I mean, we're all going to talk about the Easter egg here is MODOK.
MODOK's face right there, yeah.
Which apparently is Darren Cross.
Yeah, it is Darren Cross. You can definitely tell that.
And what is great is that when he got sucked into in Ant-Man 1, when he got sucked into, apparently his body was deformed. His head was like big, and his hands are like super small now. So
because you saw, remember that scene where
that is great.
It was like
that is a great fucking callback and fucking phenomenal on Marvel's account to pull that off.
And yeah, it's better than he's a scientist being tested on by AIM. I mean, we already lost AIM. Like that's all done.
Hey, Sean, you remember? Look at his fucking look at MODOK floating right there. Doesn't he look like George Lopez in Spy Kids?
Look
at him. And then like I was talking to him a little about it before you when you were off, it was like Ant-Man's got the red suit, and then Wasp is in the yellow, and then Cassie's in the purple, and like there's like a screenshot of Spy Kids, and it's exactly that suit.
It is very Spy Kidsy.
I like those little soldiers he's got with him with the blue with the glowing face shields.
Shit, that might be AIM a little.
I don't think it is, but yeah.
I don't think so either.
Sean, you're gonna have to be with me, and you're gonna have to be green when you see this. The special, like
Steve, I'm not. I can't go green when I'm with Zoe. When I'm with my kid, man, I can't do it. Oh, she looks at me in a
really see it first by yourself, then take her back and see it again.
I can't do that either, man. She's already pegging me for this one, man. She's already like that.
All right, then see it with her first, then go back and see it by yourself green.
I know. I want you.
I might have to take a trip like an hour away to go see this in IMAX 3D because look at this shit.
Hello, what you were talking about is this looks like that piece that he's gonna have to get.
And I wonder if he's small here or if he's, you know,
he has to be small.
Yeah,
I cannot see it any other way. He looks like ants. It's like a bunch of ants.
he's trying to shrink it.
Now, question: you think he's gonna die?
He's dead.
You think so?
I think he dies.
Damn.
Which sucks because I got his first.
Weird. I can't. You think so? This is the end. I mean, this is a trilogy, so I guess.
I think we'll get, you know, a variant of him in Secret Wars and all that kind of stuff. You know, so Paul Rudd's not done, but I think it makes sense to then run Cassie up, right? Like if we're going Young Avengers here, if they're really building to that Young Avengers team in the comics,
but who else is the
Scott died and it was Cassie that stepped up, you know. I don't know. I mean, it could be Hank and Janet that die.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm thinking like
that might be the easy way.
It is the easier way, to be honest. It's the easier way to get just to call it and to say, hey, this is where
like Michael Douglas can't be out there forever. Like just let him make a brave sacrifice. Look at that shit. He's got a fucking army with spaceships. What the fuck?
I love that. Mr. Fantastic turn you into fucking.
But like it almost looks like it's crazy. Like it is like that string ship, but it also almost looks like cables and gears in a way.
Yeah. Do we think we'll get an original Antman costume?
Look at that, man! They must be getting it in.
Jonathan, I mean, if he's fighting Jonathan Majors, you know, just hand-to-hand combat, he's gone. Like,
look at that. That's a great screenshot right there, Sean.
Of the MODOK.
MODOK.
I like the MODOK helmet. You know what? He's a
look at his tiny little arms. They made him look all right. He's got
he's a ridiculous character, and it works.
He's got a weird stone.
And the great thing is, it's Darren Cross.
That stone, kills. You know,
I like because it's Darren Cross, and there's something there. There's a history there, and he hates Hank Pym, so it's like that works.
Look at that! It almost looks like a heart monitor underneath his chin, right there. That green
might be what it is.
And I'm pretty sure he's trying to get back to the real world at this point.
Yeah, so, they're not killing. They better not kill MODOK. MODOK better get back.
I think they will. MODOK in the universe. Like MODOK is already like, we don't give a fuck. So I think it would work that way. You can't kill Kang. You got to kill some kind of villain. So just kill MODOK. It's easy.
I don't know. Maybe they don't need to kill anybody because MODOK is part of that intelligentsia group that they brought up in She-Hulk.
Yeah, but
I mean, like. I mean, you're already gonna have the leader. Imagine MODOK and the leader teaming up down the road.
Yeah, but I think
dudes with big ass heads and shit.
I think MODOK is an expensible villain. Like I think they just throw him away.
The big head crew.
You'd be interested.
Mojo.
Ryan agrees that he thinks MODOK's Ant-Man's out of here, especially with Jonathan Majors. Look at this. Look at his biceps. Look at that.
Damn!
Right in the face. He's dead. He's already dead.
Wait, let me take you back
after that Creed training. He's dead.
Let me take you back to that though, because if you watch, there's a certain scene right. Oh man, where the fuck was it at? Damn, sorry. It was like right there where they both right there, where he's already beat up right here.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he did outlast Kang. I don't know if his death is gonna come, but like,
or it could have been. Another time he got his ass beat, or before the final ass beating.
Like you see, he got punched in the face, and then
he didn't look that beat up in that shot. So
right,
like when he took that punch.
Yeah,
so,
that was a good one. Too.
Damn, he fucking smashed that fool's helmet. Look at that.
Yeah, but I like this part here too because he's like, you think you can beat me? He's like, nope, we just both have to lose. Like he's just gonna sacrifice himself as long as Kang doesn't win.
Yeah.
That's the thing too. With so many Kang variants, this Kang could lose.
Look at that!
I know, man.
Look at that! Fuck! Look at purple, green with a blue face. Make it look cool. They said
with the white eyes.
God
damn, they delivered. It's so clean. I remember when you guys were saying
trailers, we could sue them, right? Yeah.
You guys said back when Thanos was still before we even had let alone Endgame, before we even had Infinity War, you guys were like, oh, it's gonna be Kang after Thanos for sure.
I mean, me and Lil wanted Kang
from get-go, man. Like
right, but we also talked about like his ridiculous look and like how are they gonna pull that off? And they knocked it out of the park.
Hello, you know what made me love Kang? Earth's Mightiest Heroes made me love
I agree. I tell everybody to watch.
Yeah.
I was watching it this week. We were watching Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and like I'm telling you, you watch that when Damocles Take Me Back, when he's watching Captain America's history, like that first episode
was phenomenal. Like I till this day, I told Elijah, it's like, yo, if you want to know about Kang, watch Earth's Mightiest Heroes. That shit right there will put that shit.
It'll give you a great. I mean, it's not like everything because like Marvel did so much with Kang. Like if you go and read that new that was it Timeless.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
But like Kang, I mean, because like we don't know if Kang is descendant of Reed or a descendant of
I know,
Doom,
right? Yeah, he's like, it's so crazy.
He's so far in the future, he could be anything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because Steve, I don't know if you know, but he's supposed to be fucking Reed Richards' like son or some shit. Like it was
great grandson. Yeah, like he's a descendant of Reed. But then there's like maybe he's a descendant of Doom, and then it's like could he be a descendant of both? Could they have an offspring that have down the road because it's like he's like 3,000 years into the future, and then what Kang has done with time travel, like he's come back so many times and created alternate versions of himself. He's got I want to say like the Red Centurion is one of them. He comes back as a businessman.
He comes back as a fucking
the Pharaoh is Ramatut. Yeah, yep. I mean, so like there's so many different things they can do.
I love Kang because I love Kang so many. Like Kang is such a great villain, but also he has a reason for the shit that he's doing. And I think that is
fucking... Well, in Earth's Mightiest Heroes, they kind of like lay that out like easily, right? Like it was a very Mr. Freeze-esque, right? Very. Like it was very Mr. Freeze because of Ravonna. But you know, like in the comics lore, like he does it a lot, like and for different reasons. Like Immortus, when he's Immortus, which is kind of like I think what they made with in Loki season 2 with He Who Remains, like he gets tasked by the Timekeepers to keep this timeline, the 616 Marvel Universe, like secure, you know. But he's like part good, but then part bad. The Avengers fight him because they don't like what he's doing because he's playing basically God, and that's why he's named Immortus because like. The Timekeepers gave him all power. Like it's just crazy, and that's what I'm saying. Like this version of Kang, not to say that he could die or anything, or maybe we don't get this version of Kang. But yeah,
I want that poster. Look at that. God,
yo, Carlos brought up Iron Lad from the Young Avengers.
Yeah,
I mean that's a great storyline with him there. Iron Lad comes back from the future because he finds out he becomes a villain. Becomes a hero for the Young Avengers, then realizes him being here is ruining everything. So he has to go back become Kang, and then come back and fight the Young Avengers again. Yeah. So it's just crazy.
Screenshot
that. That's a great picture. That's a great picture of Kang.
It's just look at it. The composition is just like. It's perfect. Like the way his arms are with like the building behind him, everything's like centered. Like that's like, whew.
Yeah, it's really good.
Well, I like too that his scars light up. That his scars lit up. You know what I mean? Like when he doesn't have the shield on, you don't see it, but right there you see like all the energy coming through. So I'm wondering if he's got some other kind of cosmic quantum energy. Quasar kind of stuff.
Perhaps.
I don't know. So
yeah, I don't know.
I'll take this off, but I mean,
that was a great walkthrough of trailers. We should probably stick to that.
We're probably gonna have to keep that format for a while, but that's fine. Like rewinding it, going back, dissecting it, and that's what we should be doing anyways.
Yeah, you're right.
But no, it was watching that trailer. I watched it like 20 times. I mean, I damn watched that boring ass college championship game. Just a freaking Georgia just destroyed TCU. Just to wait for this trailer.
It's not like 50-something of 7 or something like that.
It was 65-7. It was awful. But like this trailer is just like I don't know what to think, right? Like because it's an Antman movie. Like the other 2 Antman movies were great, but they were so small in stakes, and now you go from such small stakes to like everything, right?
I love it. I
know it's just insane. Like,
it's insane, and I love it. I love the fact that shit, we're getting this Kang. Like, this may not be the end Kang, but like at the same time, this is a fucking great Kang that we're getting. And like
what I don't like,
you put all your eggs in the basket with Ant-Man 3. I'm like, fuck, okay, I'm with it. This is gonna be a fun ride.
I agree. What I don't want, and maybe they'll do it right if it is true, but there are rumors, especially because of Secret Wars and everything, that a variant of Kang is going to be the Beyonder. I just don't want that. Like that just gives them too much. Because the Beyonder is like all powerful. It's just God. Like,
I would like the Beyonder just to be
the Beyonder.
Who was it in What If? He was in what? The Beyonder was in What If?
The Watcher.
The Watcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want the Watcher to still be
another big head guy.
There you go, the whole big head. I hope Jeffrey Wright comes out of like some screen and just is the Watcher. You know
oh my god, I fucking love it a little.
That would be great.
Yeah, it's a way to tie it in because like season 2 of What If is coming out, I think, in the next 6 months. So, and there's supposed to be a lot of episodes with that's going to tie into a lot of things that's happening. So
Jeffrey Wright, the Beyonder. I mean, the
Watcher.
That'd be fucking phenomenal. Yo, I would love every single bit of that, man.
Ryan wants to know how Kang was defeated in the comics. He gets, they throw him back in time. The Fantastic Four threw him back in time. The Fantastic Four, when they fought Rama Tut, will try to send him back to his own timeline, and then he actually went 1,000 years into the future past his timeline, and that's how he got all that technology and everything to kind of go back and become Kang Prime, which is the Kang that the Avengers first fought. So there's lots of different things, and there's a Council of Kangs, which Rick and Morty spoofed with the Council of Ricks.
Fucking great.
I mean, there's just so much there. I have the issue. I gotta find it. But like, if you open it up, like, there's just like alien people with all the Kang helmets on and masks. It's just like, just so crazy and bizarre. But there's, just like they said in Loki, like, they fought. It was the multiversal war. All Kangs were fighting each other because they wanted to rule.
That's fucking amazing. I would love to see that. Like, just to like, even like, it was cool and low key. I wanted to see it.
We're getting. That's what Secret Wars and King Dynasty is going to be. I guarantee it.
That's just going to be phenomenal. I think I think this. My only problem is the Avengers cast right now is like, so
they're too weak.
There's no Avengers. There's no Avengers right now.
It's very weak.
There's no one. I mean, yes, you've got the Hulk still, and you've got Thor.
Yeah, but you don't have the Hulk. You have Mark Ruffalo in a fucking Hawaiian shirt, and you have and you don't have Hulk, Thor. Man. You have whatever the fucking bullshit Thor with his fucking Mjolnir with makeup on it.
Look, I like Sam, but he's still not Captain America. I'm okay. Like,
he's not a super soldier, and if you take them wings out. Yeah, all you got is Anthony Mackie.
Just a guy with a big heart.
Well, exactly. He's got no power. I mean, Winter Soldier's got the super soldier serum in him.
Like,
they got Red Guardian.
It's like, hey, you keep denying that super soldier syndrome, you gonna die. Like, yo, just take it, dog.
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
Like,
you realize, like, if you just take it, then like you'll stay young and you'll be able to punch people through walls and like
you'll be a little bit more awesomer.
Yeah, you'll be way more awesome in these movies if you just took the jab.
Yeah. Like, stop trying to be a fucking hero. Just fucking take it already. Like, I get it. Hey, steroids is a bad thing, but hey, you're taking a super soldier syndrome.
So that's why I think Kang Dynasty is going to.
You got a COVID shot? Fucking just take
it. I'm saying, like you're pushing it. Like push it. Let's go.
Like,
Kang Dynasty is going to be that new Avengers lineup, right? With Shang-Chi and everybody else. And they're good, but they're gonna lose. That's what Kang Dynasty is setting up the loss, and Secret Wars is gonna set up the big finale to bring back.
It's Infinity War,
Iron Man,
exactly. And you already have all the fucking Eternals, Steve. It's like you got Angelina Jolie. You know she's gonna come back as her. You know,
I think they should just pretend that didn't happen and just.
No, they're gonna use now, dog. It is what it is now.
They're gonna use it. They're gonna use it. But Feige,
there is no place in the MCU for any of those characters. They are garbage. Their stories are garbage. Their fucking their whole characters are garbage.
And the crazy part is none of them are dead. Like they can bring them back. It's not like.
And you would know if you just watched the movie. When are we doing that, by the way? When are we doing that?
I don't know. I got to reach out to.
I mean, we got to do something. We have a Patreon. And we do absolutely nothing for it. So.
I know. I got to reach out to Ken because I got to figure out what dates.
Carlos, we're not getting Apocalypse until after.
Oh yeah, Apocalypse ain't happening for
we got till after Magneto, and then like there's like a whole thing going on with that dog. So don't expect Apocalypse for at least another 10 years, 8 at best.
I mean, until the X-Men are like.
See, who played Apocalypse? Wasn't it fucking who played? It was.
It was Poe Dameron. It was Moon Knight.
It was Moon Knight. Yeah, like until that taste is washed away, then it's and that taste is not washed away yet. The horrible taste of how bad the bad X-Men movies were is still in everybody's mouths.
I think to me, I think that once this last Avengers movies is over, we'll focus more on the X-Men. Mm-hmm. And it'll just be an X-Men universe for the time being. So that way Marvel doesn't have to do all Avengers shit anymore. And now it's just all X-Men, and we can just all kind of focus on that. And we'll get like cameos here and there from like Marvel characters.
You'll get one or two kind of in between here and there.
But we're all X-Men at this point. And I think that's great. I think it's a great
I think it might be X-Men and it might be space. Right?
Yeah. So Steve, the answer to your question of rebooting Captain America and all that, I don't think it's even going to be. It probably won't even be pushed forward because once this ends, I think the Avengers saga ends, and then I think we'll go to the X-Men saga.
Oh, we had a whole
phenomenal, which is fucking great.
No, we had a whole. He missed all the stuff we were talking about.
He did.
I did.
But I think the good thing with that, Sean, is like the X-Men and the space thing and the Fantastic Four, right? Because you got that kind of group, and then you could still do the street level stuff, right? Because you can still there's still Spider-Man is not going anywhere, right?
No, Spider-Man. The great thing about Spider-Man is he's so intertwined with X-Men and Avengers.
Right, he's everywhere, right?
Yeah, and the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
he's intertwined with them,
and he's by himself. Like he doesn't need the team. He does his own stuff. But that's why I think like the street level heroes, the Daredevils, the Punishers, you're gonna get all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be able to branch off and not have to focus on these bigger arcs for everything. I think that's how I see it. It just makes more sense that way to start branching off because the X-Men, you could do the space shit with the Shi'ar Empire, all that kind of stuff. You could do you could bring in the Starjammers. You can go
so
crazy.
Many X-Men characters that you can even do Disney Plus shows. Like it's like from that point on. Again, like I said, to me, I think that transition of Avengers, Marvel, those kind of characters is kind of coming to an end, and then like we'll just transition to the X-Men saga, which is fine with me. But hey,
it might be good to take the Avengers break and focus on the brand.
That would actually probably be really smart, considering how many characters are in the X-Men saga. Just pivot, and now we're just focused on this for right now.
And like
the X-Men saga, call it just call it the Mutant Saga or the Mutant Agenda or something like that.
Well, no, I think it's just called the X-Men saga. You think so?
I think maybe
X-Men saga. Why not? Carlos said something about Mojo.
Mojo World.
And Mojo's great because Mojo can just be its own thing too, because you can there's so many storylines that.
Here's the thing with Mojo, what they could do with Mojo, they can make Mojo like the Crypt Keeper and do a bunch of special presentations where Mojo is tuning in to watch an episode of a character, right? So they can, they're doing those special presentation 45-minute episodes. And Mojo is that perfect guy who's going to introduce, because what does Mojo do, right? Mojo is a cable, he's Ted Turner. He's a cable news guy. He brings the X-Men over there to make media.
Yeah.
So wouldn't that be funny to have him be like a Crypt Keeper type character where he's just tuning in, he's introducing you to a new character, and here's a Marvel special presentation.
Yeah. Although I think I think just the whole. I think it's great. I think what you just said is fucking phenomenal. I don't think they'll do it, but it's phenomenal what you just said. And
I would just love to see all the screens, and then who would you get to cast in that? Because you could do it really easily with prosthetics.
CG, so
Mojo's CG, yeah. He's like,
you just put him in a big fucking prosthetic suit and just have an actor.
Too much money. That's too much money. Look, you can just go green screen. You do too much practical shit. Like you know my job's that kind of money.
But I do like what you said, Steve. Like that room with the TVs, like in the Matrix and shit. You just have him sitting in there. Have him turn around. You have all these TVs.
I'm just saying,
and you could even do teasers, right? You could have little picture teasers all over those TVs, and you're like, "What the hell's in those TVs?" And then all of a sudden, it zooms into one, right?
And it's not that much money, right? Because look, they made a fucking practical suit for Man-Thing in Werewolf by Night, and he was only in there for a little bit. They spent all the money on that.
Practical though, that whole suit.
It was practical with CGI enhancements. Obviously, when he was running around, it was CGI. But when he was sitting down at the end with old boy, that was practical. That was a whole practical ass suit.
Practical?
Yes, except for the face, like the eyes and shit.
Like the stuff that was emoting. Yeah.
Everything else was practical. They have videos of that thing walking around.
Like Groot, like buff Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy was a suit. So in the Christmas special.
So I'm just saying, I would like to see. They could put anybody. Could you imagine? If they put they cast Jim Carrey as Mojo, and you just get him in there, fucking going crazy with the makeup and all that, sitting in that big fat suit. That'd be great.
People wanted Jim Carrey as MODOK. Jim Carrey as Mojo, I think, is even better because he's got that crazy voice. He's doing that crazy stuff.
Yeah, I think CG for me and MODOK would be great, but. Whatever.
Even if they do that or they mocap Jim Carrey, I think Jim Carrey. I like that idea with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey would be a fucking phenomenal Mojo. Like that, his voice.
I got one
and everything.
Yeah, but imagine Jim Carrey introducing Mr. Sinister. We get a whole episode of just Sinister. It doesn't even have to be about the good guys. It's just Sinister or the Savage Land. You know what I mean? We're going to K-Bar.
Well, that's my issue. Is these are such big things. I see a spinoff of Shatterstar. Hit that is fine. But you talking about
long shot. Well, but you got a lot of these characters to bring. I would do a special presentation of Colossus. I would do a special presentation of these guys. I think
that man. I just can't see that. It's so hard.
But Colossus is not big enough to have his own movie, but is Colossus big enough to have his own 45-minute special presentation and then be brought into the thing? I think so.
I don't know, man. I feel like X-Men. For me, Colossus is part of the X-Men, so I don't see him getting a small.
Yeah, but remember in the 90s X-Men cartoon, Colossus was in 2 episodes. That's it.
I don't see
a small ass story in Russia, and that was it. And then he was gone, just like Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler was another one that did not get his just due on that show.
So let me ask you a question. So do all the X-Men get their own individual movie?
I don't think they all get it, but I think they introduce some of them because you're not going to be able to have all of them in every movie at all times because there's too many people to focus, right?
But we talked about like the show where everyone gets an episode. You know, you could do special presentations. Everyone gets a 45-minute crash course on who they are and what their backstory is leading up to a big team up.
The Sinister has to be the Thanos. I agree. I want Sinister to be the big villain for
we haven't gotten him yet, and it would be
big villain. Like, do not give me another Magneto big time villain. Give me Sinister to lead into Magneto if you want. Give me Sinister.
No.
What?
No.
I want Mr. Sinister.
I like Sinister, but like you got to give me Magneto first before you give me Sinister. Like you can't do that.
You can do.
How do you have Xavier and not Magneto?
You've already given us 2 Magnetos. Give me somebody else. Just like I don't want Doom to be the first Fantastic Four villain.
Well, who else do you want to be a Fantastic Four villain?
First of all,
who? Mole Man.
This week on Jimmy Fallon, which call talked about being Magneto.
Who?
John. What's damn. Oh my God. Better Call Saul. What the fuck? Giancarlo Esposito. God damn it.
No, he talking about being Xavier.
Professor X.
Xavier, which is fucking great to me. Like,
I think that's great.
I think it's phenomenal when he talked about it. I was like, oh shit, we talking about this? I was like, I didn't think this was a thing, but we're talking about it. So this may come to fruition.
You could have Magneto, but Magneto doesn't have to be the antagonist. You can have him and Xavier having their conversations, talking, doing their thing, but it's Sinister
building up. You can have
doing that, and you have Magneto in the background doing his thing, building his thing, building the Brotherhood, doing what he's doing away from Charles.
Thanos. Magneto needs to be a Thanos level character, but Thanos wasn't the only villain in any of those. You know, you had tons of other villains.
Annihilus. Annihilus might not be a bad Fantastic Four villain for a knockoff for a first one.
But there's a lot of
just if they go into the negative zone or something.
I want to see Omega Red. I want to see that motherfucker in there doing some cool shit. They could do something rad with him.
Omega Red needs to just fight Wolverine.
Wolverine needs his own standalone movie, first of all. Well, let's
get this
on the back first.
Wolverine will get that.
Is going to have his own standalone movie.
He's the only X-Men that probably could sustain it. I don't see another, like, everyone was talking, like, I love Gambit. Don't get me wrong, he's one of my favorite characters in comics. But
Gambit gets a special presentation.
Gambit doesn't need a fucking 2-hour movie starring Channing Tatum.
Gambit's on Mojo Worldwide getting his own special presentation. That's what it is.
What a perfect way to do like the introduction to all these different X-Men characters. You could have it open up with like the X-Men all in their full fucking get-ups, going and fighting a Sentinel or something like that, and then he's like, let's backtrack a little bit. Who are these guys? Boom.
He hits the remote control and changes the channel.
So this is
so good.
Okay, y'all's vision is my vision to me is. I think the Phoenix Saga is first.
No, but they've already done the Phoenix Saga twice.
We can't.
It doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter what they did. You can't count what
they
did.
Understand that, but
it doesn't matter. It does. But
the last movie was Dark Phoenix. You can't just do it again.
It's too soon, but it's not too soon for MCU, man.
You don't even have Jean Grey established. You can't just start off with the Phoenix Saga.
Exactly. You got to bring her and Scott together and have them.
Of course,
show their love,
but that's not the first movie.
But you have Lilandra and the fucking Shi'ar, the Shi'ar fucking Empire. That's the first movie. That's the first big movie right there. Like not straight movie. Like we got to build this shit up. This shit's got to be built. Like
that's what we're building.
It's X-Men, and then you start building, and then you build, and then Phoenix. This whole thing is the Phoenix Saga, and then. Once we get to the end, that's the Phoenix Saga where we're all fighting Lilandra and the fucking Shi'ar Empire. Magneto's in here, and everybody, all these intangibles are being built to the Phoenix Saga.
Oh, I agree.
Then after the Phoenix Saga, it's the Apocalypse War. So you can go to Apocalypse. You can go all Apocalypse with this shit. This whole time, you're building. You're building.
Carlos, I agree. Yeah.
Well, what did he say?
Phoenix Saga should be 3 sagas from now. I agree with that.
Like I do think that Marvel Studios would produce a better Phoenix Saga, better than anything we've gotten before.
Of course,
that story has been bastardized by Fox twice, and it's just terrible both times. It was even worse the second time. Can you imagine a movie being worse than X-Men 3? The Last Stand or whatever it was fucking called.
They fucked up so badly on the X-Men movie. They made what was Jessica Chastain? They made her like you're fucking Lalandra. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, this is like obvious, but you're not making that like that doesn't like you're trying to beat around the bush and it doesn't make any sense.
And they just did, but like you said, Sean, they did it all in one movie. Trying to do that whole fucking story in one movie, and it didn't lead. There was no lead up to it. They were just like, now we're just doing a Dark Phoenix for one movie. You can't tell that story in 2 hours. Yeah. It is something that has to be, led into and built up with a strong backstory. But that's why I don't think it'll be the first. We're gonna get
the first ones they should fight is the government and the Sentinels. To establish the X-Men.
About Sentinels. God damn it. I forgot about
that. Real Sentinels. The actual Sentinels. The cartoon Sentinels.
And you can take damage control that they've already been establishing in the MCU and branch them off to start developing the Sentinels. You can bring in Trask and all these other characters to start doing that.
Right,
and then
they could do that in any movie.
Brings in the X-Men, right? Because then that's where you can have a whole episode, a special presentation with Gambit fighting a Sentinel because he's being chased by a Sentinel.
They could start off.
So do you if John Paul Esposito, I forget his fucking name, whatever.
Giancarlo
Esposito is Magneto. We're doing this from the Civil Rights.
He's Professor X. He wants to play a hero. He wants to play a good guy.
We're doing this from the Civil Rights Movement, right?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, for sure.
Just like we said, they were already the analogy for Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. So I
think that's phenomenal.
You started from that moment, and
so then then it's Denzel as Magneto, right? Giancarlo Esposito is.
You would hope.
If Denzel don't take that fucking job, goddamn, bro. Like. You're great. Like, we want to see you as Magneto. He would be phenomenal as a Magneto.
I'm all the way down with all of that. So,
could you imagine, like, fucking?
And then you got the Sentinels being built because the mutant.
That's what I'm saying. In any movie coming up, they could just have a scene where they're like,
and then it's
they're going down to like talk to somebody at Damage Control, and it's just like. The Sentinel, somebody in the background is like the Sentinel Project or something. They just mention Sentinels in any of these movies coming up, and it's fucking game on.
So then you got Master Mold, and you got all of them, and you got Magneto and Xavier teaming up because they got to take down the Sentinels because that's it. So that's how you bring them in. So Magneto's not the bad guy.
I can dig it.
And then you've got the Essex Corporation with Sinister there.
Yeah.
You've got the Savage Land being brought in because they want to do stuff with the Savage Land. So you got them out hunting for the Savage Land, and that's when Sinister is being brought in. You messing with DNA and shit, and he needs to get Jean and Cyclops because he wants their DNA. So then that's the second movie, right? So then you've built that into this. You've got all these plot points in between here with all these different story arcs where you're bringing in characters like Jubilee, you're bringing Rogue, you're bringing all these different things, and also you could tie Rogue with Captain Marvel with how Rogue gets her powers, how Rogue gets her superpowers. Rogue starts out with just the basic stuff like she had in the X-Men movies, and she ends up fighting Captain Marvel and saps her powers.
I'm just dreaming about Denzel as fucking Magneto.
I got two today.
It would be just fucking acting 101, and it's just like fucking Magneto fucking doing a speech.
Could you imagine just the dialogue scenes back and forth between Esposito and Washington, back and forth talking about shit?
Mike Lee is turning over in his grave,
talking about mutants, talking about mutants.
Spike Lee,
right?
I'm just saying it's like Spike Lee's wet dream.
But like you said, everything is about
the
civil rights
Spike
movement.
Directed.
But it's
just mutants. The dialogue part.
So like it, but like everything they're saying, you just read between the lines, and it's like, oh god damn it.
Fuck, dude, it is so perfect that I don't even think it's going to come to fruition. But it is so fucking perfect.
Probably not. It'd be too hard.
You think so?
Talk to your boys. Get us in. We just need one meeting.
I have no say in it.
I'm 100%. I'm 100% that
we'll talk to you off
like, you know what? Because mind you,
Denzel. I don't know.
Mind you gotta think about this. Denzel has never really done a superhero movie.
Nope.
He hasn't done any type of movie like that. So that is just the next.
He's kind of a superhero in The Equalizer.
I mean, yeah, but like. He hasn't done like these kind of movies, like sci-fi kind of like those kind of movies.
Well, yeah. I mean, didn't he do that one with where he was like
John Q's not sci-fi, a little.
Not sci-fi. I was trying to think of that other one that he did with it wasn't sci-fi, but it was like a thriller, like a horror thriller with what's the killer that the spirit with why am I drawing a blank on the name?
Got a little. How would Denzel's suit look as Magneto?
Well, he did the Book of Eli. That's kind of sci-fi.
Kind of. But this is old man Denzel too. This is like the wise old man Denzel that gives
Fallen. You were thinking of Fallen.
They give you a speech, and you just start crying in front of him and shit. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
You don't think they want to commit in the long term? Yeah, that's true too.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, how long can they go doing those parts? I mean, Patrick Stewart looked old, but he wasn't that old yet.
I'm telling you, man.
I think
it's going to happen.
Denzel's coming up on his late 60s, right?
Yeah, but shit, that ain't bad. Like, I think he can pull that shit off for a couple years.
I mean, he did Virtuosity too.
Yeah, he did do Virtuosity. That's the one with Russell Crowe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenal casting. I'm pretty sure Giancarlo Esposito would do the shit. If
he's campaigning for it.
If Denzel doesn't do it, I don't know who else could do it. I have no idea.
Who else could pull it off like that? Yeah. Maybe Morgan Freeman.
No, he's too old.
Too old. He ain't Denzel. Either.
Well, I know he's not Denzel.
Like Denzel just like
Denzel is Denzel.
I don't know, man.
Cute,
I don't know, but they got this casting got to be right. Like it got to be right. Like it can't be on the
Lawrence Fishburne, but he's already in the Marvel.
But Lawrence Fishburne older. Like he's older than Denzel.
I know. I'm just saying. Like
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
No. I think Jamie Foxx is a solid ass actor. I don't know.
I don't think he could be fucking Magneto.
I mean, he does not have the gravitas that Denzel does, but
yeah. It's just hard. It's just hard to really kind of come up with that at this point. I don't know. That's what it's all going to base around, Lil. Who they cast as Magneto and Professor and
well, I think also who they cast as Cyclops and who they cast as the new Wolverine. I think will be huge.
That's huge. The new Wolverine casting is going to be gigantic. Cyclops, not so much. You just got to cast someone that looks good with the visor.
Smith. I don't know about Will.
Like. James Marsden was the perfect Cyclops. His face looked like something drawn right out of a comic book when he had that visor on. It was awesome. The guy that they got to play Cyclops in the new X-Men movies was terrible. He did not have the face for it. It's like you can't just put whoever in the fucking thing. Like it doesn't work like that. Like there's certain actors you can't put in a Batman cowl. There's certain actors you can't put in the fucking Captain America mask. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't. They have to look good in the part.
Damn, they said Michael Shannon as Magneto.
But that would be strange if you're talking about moving things out of World War II and into the Civil Rights Movement, then having Michael Shannon in there would be a strange choice.
Well, but
yeah, I mean, the civil rights movement is the best movement, like, to use. But you really got to find a great black actor to really.
World War II is just.
But again, you're also now you're now 60 years from that too, right? Like, so I'm saying, like, you're already making these guys in their 70s. So I mean, there might be something even further up that you'd have to look for, or just develop a different conflict.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what conflict do you? I don't like
the Me Too movement.
You can't use Nazi Germany anymore. Like, goddamn, like, you just really stepping back you stepping back farther.
Yeah, we already covered this with Captain America and Red Skull.
It has to change. Like, it really does have to be something new and fresh. And I think that civil rights movement is the newest and freshest of right now, storytelling wise.
Unless,
I agree, but again, like, depending on where they're at, because like right now the Marvel Cinematic Universe is like in 2028.
You could use the blip.
You could use the blip. 5 years, wasn't it?
The proponents of people that think Thanos was right versus the people that are, you know what I mean? Like,
well, it's not even that. We saw some of that in Falcon and Winter Soldier, right? Like,
exactly.
It was those people who were like, who had no homes, who had, so there's stuff that they could put toward that. I just don't know. I'm just saying, like, if they need to go younger, if they're building it off the current status quo of what the universe has built to us at this moment.
God, I love the civil rights movement is the most perfect shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, it is like the fucking perfect.
Well, it's what X-Men
we said, but again, now, but look at the timing now, though. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're in 2030. I'm not saying that it's over, but I'm saying for the fact for Magneto and Xavier to have been at minimum children during that time. Yes. Denzel and Giancarlo can fit in the age group and the look, but the problem is again, then they are just like everybody complained about Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart being hella old when those movies were made. It's going to be the same kind of, I guess, I don't want to say problem, but same kind of thing where we're having, like, how long are you going to be able to kind of keep this story and momentum going? You're not going to get.
Oh, but they don't. But they don't even really necessarily have to have the civil rights movement of the 60s. Like, racism is still going strong. So, like, they could easily have the two of them have a shared past experience with police brutality or gang violence or anything like that that ties in to when they were children. That could have been in the 80s or could have been in the early fucking 90s. And
I agree. And I think to me, I guess that it's I don't know, man.
But I think that's the right analogy to go with for sure. 100%.
I agree. I mean, it's what I said, I think like 6 months ago when we were talking about this, like, you do the civil rights movement. That's
using the mutants to take a stand on the racism side of things, I think is a genius move. Because you could say all kinds of shit without saying it. You know what I mean? Like, it would be perfect.
So Giancarlo Esposito is 64. Denzel Washington is 68.
They're old, man. They're fucking old. You can't sign those guys for a long deal, like
a 10-year saga.
Those guys are going to be almost 80.
No.
Like, you got to be careful, man.
That's a tough one for Denzel. Like, I think Denzel will do it, but I don't know if, like, how long he's in for it for.
Right. Like, they'll be minor characters compared to everyone else around them. Right. They'll be the sage wisdom being talked out of the two sides of the same coin. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they'll be, but they're not going to have giant roles. You know what I mean? That the focus will then have to go to Jean and Scott and everybody else around. Like, it'll have to be the X-Men or the mutants or whatever. So, I don't know. All right. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. We've talked this out a lot. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for joining. hopefully you liked our X-Men rant. Hopefully you liked us talking about the Ant-Man trailer. And thanks again for joining. And this is Lil.
And this is Sean.
And this is Steve. And until next week, everybody stay safe, be nice, and keep it geeky.